I think, right? Somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, maybe. I lost my left side too.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. That's really, really weird.
Okay. All right, I'm all right now though.
All right, we're good. Let's see what happens.
All right, back here on the Sportscast on a Wednesday. Again, this is all brand new, coming on YouTube live right now on my channel, which is at Josh Pacheco. You can subscribe to it right now. The link is up and going. I want to make sure that it is working, so I'm going to go ahead and check.
Go on to YouTube, see if we're actually on there or what?
Because I don't care that this is a crappy intro.
This is really a crappy intro, I got to tell you.
Okay,
it is.
This is all new stuff. This is all new stuff right now to us. So,
why do you have me do it?
It says we're live. Yeah, we're good to go.
Hey. Hey. We're live.
So I think we're good to go. I'm going to play it on my phone.
I like your tube. Oh, no, it's YouTube, huh?
We're good to go.
Just a sweet
transvestite. Let us know how it sounds, everybody. If Renee needs to,
do we have our computers this week?
Dropped your camera.
Yeah, I got mine.
Dropped your camera.
I brought mine this week. I was able to finagle it away.
Don't freak out. No.
What are you doing?
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Hang on. Sorry, Dad. Uh-oh.
It's drooping just like me.
Yeah, dude.
Stay up! Stay up!
I think we're good right there. Is that good?
That's all right. That's okay. I'm all right as long as I'm there.
That looks good to me.
Like Richard Pryor said, if it can't be hard, at least stay heavy.
Welcome back to the Sportscast. Live here again on YouTube. We want to appreciate everyone switching over. Everyone's very happy about this.
Right. I had nothing but good comments for sure.
Nothing but good comments and fuck you streams.
Right. I guess so.
That's where we're at now. Now, it's going to be a different show, Knock, because there's a lot of things that not a lot, but some things we can't do.
Right. We have to watch our P's and Q's for sure.
Yeah, such as knockers. Do you hear that little?
Yeah, I'm really going in and out on my headphones here.
Yeah, me too. Did someone? Are they still coming in here?
No, they did not come in last week.
They didn't come in last week.
All right. Well, I'm glad to know it's not just me. And I don't know. I think it's a cord issue or something.
Yeah, one of them might be a little loose or something. So, let us know though how it's sounding, how things are going. Again, it's a process here. We're going to get some new cameras in soon. And for everyone that's watching that top left box that you guys see, it's black. We're going to be able to show you guys videos in there pretty damn soon. So everything that Knocker and I are always laughing about, you'll be able to see. Knock, a lot of stuff going on. We had the World Cup end on Sunday.
We did.
I got drunk as hell at my house with all my buddies from.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool deal for you over there, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty damn cool. I had everybody from high school coming over, and I want to fix my headphones because it's bothering me.
Yeah, it's bothering me too. I can't figure out why it's doing that.
Yeah, that is weird. Are you getting nothing in your left headphone?
Yeah.
Too?
It's going in and out.
I'm not getting anything in my left headphone.
It's just weird. So we'll figure it out.
Well, does that mean that the left side isn't going out on the broadcast, or is it just our headphones?
It's just our headphones. Something has to do with the wiring. We should have tested stuff, but we kind of did. It's working fine yesterday. I don't know why. I'm gonna plug my back.
This is compelling radio.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Come on. We're trying to figure stuff out. So, all right, Knock. But yeah, we had the World Cup on Sunday, and France did not retreat this time.
They did not surrender.
And looks like we have a new star is born in Mbappe with France. Kid's unreal. He did something special as well with all his winnings.
Yes, that was fantastic. He donated it all to charities.
Now, Renee, it came back. Whatever you did.
I touched this cord. I think it's loose right here on the board.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop fucking around with it.
He spit on it.
I didn't even touch it.
He spit on it.
Until right now.
So we're going to talk about that. Knock. We've got a lot going on in the NFL. I've got your top 10 fantasy potential bust players, Knocker. We got fantasy football.
All right.
Literally is only about 4 weeks away, the draft.
Oh, yes, sir.
So we're going to bring you that. We got the Manny Machado going over to the Dodgers.
The saga.
Renee is very happy about that one. He he's got his sound effects back too, boys. They're coming strong. Renee, how happy are you about that? About the trade? Woohoo! Okay, he's Homer happy. So we'll talk about that in a little bit coming up in our hot takes to start the show. Bryce Harper, home run derby. You were talking trash in the kitchen right now about my boy Bryce. Knocker, I kind of took offense to it. I don't appreciate that.
That's fine. You don't have to appreciate it. It is what it is.
You're always hating on those kind of players all the time.
He's just not my kind of person.
Okay, so we'll get into that as
not
well.
my dude.
LaVar Ball's calling out LeBron James.
Anything to get in the news.
Knock, how long is LeBron going to stand for this? Because
he's an idiot.
Not very.
Thank you.
Not very. He'll go to Magic, say, get this guy the fuck out of here.
Not to. I mean, his son just had some arthroscopic surgery
meniscus,
or something, right?
Cartilage surgery.
So we'll talk him NFL.
Won't improve his shooting.
Do you realize during Christmas time they send out cards that says "Merry Christmas" from the Balls?
That's you know what I didn't think of it till you said it, and it is funny.
Right. Yuletide wishes from the Balls.
From the Balls. Bunch of sacks. I hope their stockings are sacks, like ball sacks.
Like ball sacks?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be great. I wouldn't expect anything less from LaVar. Le'Veon Bell's not a happy camper right now, Knocker.
Too bad.
Oh, you're just all over everybody
bad.
today. Wow.
Too bad.
No.
Not knocking his talent.
Coming out, you're just.
I don't blame.
dropping
I don't
bombs
blame
on
the Steelers
people.
at all. I truly don't. I don't.
Okay, all right.
But I do think it's a contradiction in within the team because he's got the same off the field issues and problems, which is in my opinion why they didn't pay him because they don't know if they can trust him. But Big Ben's the same way, so it's kind of a double standard thing here as far as I can see.
Yeah.
But I don't blame them for that. But they should treat Ben the same way they're treating him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's.
I don't trust
I
him.
kind of understand both sides, so I'm going to come at
Sure.
both sides of this thing when we get to it. So we'll talk some Le'Veon Bell. Also, Darrelle Revis calls it quits. Knocker Terrell Owens continues to be an idiot. And we'll talk some NBA. We've got a big trade that just happened this morning or
Yes.
last night between the Raptors and the Spurs.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about that, what effect it has on the NBA. Shot of the week coming up. We've got an Astros closer, Knocker, sent to the minors for cursing at his manager. The fuck is this, kindergarten? I can't curse I can't curse at a guy in a sport. I get sent down.
Absolutely.
No, that's bullshit.
Oh, you're so wrong.
We're both men.
You're so wrong.
We're both men. This ain't fucking
Fine.
Little League.
Then when
No, this ain't
then you know
Little
what?
League.
After the game, you come in my office and you say, you know what, AJ? I think that's a fucking shit move, and I really don't respect you for doing that to me on the mound. But you put it behind closed doors. You don't face up your manager in front of national
like the
TV.
passion. I don't think he's facing up the manager.
Sure he
He's
is. You
pissed
can't
and
tell
he
your
has to
manager,
come
fuck you.
out.
What would you happen if you took your boss and said, hey, fuck you?
Yeah, but it's not like he walked
It is
up
the same thing.
No, because I think it's different if you walk up to someone and say, hey, fuck you. That's different.
Why?
Is there not
I'm your-
different, Knocker? Okay,
I'm
is it not
your-
you know what, Renee, 'cause you're
I'm
baseball
your
guy.
manager
Okay?
at Juicy Whip.
Yeah.
And I see that you're not performing. You're watching
I
TV
think
or
you
something.
can't- I don't think you can.
I
think
walk up
can-
to you and I
can't
say,
compare
you know what?
sports
You know
and
what,
the
Josh?
business.
No, it's business.
No, but you can't compare this.
Yes, you can.
No, because one's a sport.
No, it's respect or no respect.
Me talking to a
Respect.
warehouse guy is different than a baseball
Is he your
manager
boss?
or goalie
Is
in
he your boss?
hockey.
Is he your boss? Who's in charge? The manager or the pitcher? Who's in charge of the club?
Well, technically the owner of the team.
Okay, well, let's go through the flow chart, Josh. Okay, is the pitcher below the manager?
And, okay, I understand. I'm being dumb with that. So, but what's not? I don't think that's dumb at all. Because if I'm a goalie and I'm in hockey, okay, and yeah, I've given up 3 goals, so maybe my defense sucked, and they gave away 2 breakaways.
Right.
And so when the coach calls from the bench, say, hey, you're out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
next guy's in, and I pull off my mask and be like, yeah, fuck you. Just look at the ground and say, fuck you. I can't say that.
No.
Without going to the minors.
No, you can
What
say.
the fuck? This isn't Little League.
You can say fuck.
Oh, you have to go to the
Or you can
box and
say-
put soap in your mouth?
or
Like,
you
what
can-
the hell?
You can say this is horse shit.
Oh, did the coach get
or
his
this is
feelings
crap.
hurt? Oh.
No, but you can't let one player
it's
treat
emotional.
you like that.
These are sports. These are men. My adrenaline's rushing. You coach
Please,
sports.
please. That's because you've been coddled. You've been babied all the way to
Hey,
the
what are your
top.
thoughts on this?
I'm kind of with Knocker on this, actually.
Thank you.
I'm kind of with Knocker on this. I hear what his point. I hear what he's saying. You know?
So if your closer, if Jansen gets pulled out of a game after giving up a home run, okay, and he's at the mound and he sees Roberts come out. Roberts not at the mound yet. He's just walking out and he knows he's about to get pulled. And Jansen just looks down at the ground and says, "Man, fuck you," and just like you think, oh, minors.
Yeah, minor suspension.
You
Got
guys
me-
are freaking
No,
crazy.
no. You got to send a message, Josh.
Oh,
have to
what? Yeah,
send a
if you're
message.
if you're 8,
No.
send a message.
No, I'm in charge here, and until the owner fires me, we're gonna do things my way. Period. I will never, not as a player or a person or a human, will I stand and let you just say "fuck you" to my face.
You've got the picture.
Not gonna happen.
It's closer Ken Giles of the Astros, is who we're talking about in Houston. Knocker. It was a game. I think it's about a week ago against the A's when the closer allowed 3 runs without recording an out. So obviously he wasn't happy in his best stuff. Okay?
Oh, so why are you taking me out?
Manager A.J. Hinch went to the mound to pull Giles from the game, and the struggling closer cursed at Hinch before leaving, Knock.
Right.
And so this warrants the guy going down to the minors?
Yes. 3 runs? He gave up 3 runs. Maybe he needs to work some kinks out. Maybe, give me the 3-4 games prior to this event.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure A.J. Hinch didn't decide on one outing.
Here it is, Knock. So it's not like he said it to his face. Have him right here.
Oh, fuck you, man. Sorry. You're out.
Real,
Done. Done.
I think like we're all grown-ups here, man. Like the guy had a
Put
bad
the
game.
glove.
The guy had a bad game, Knock. And I just.
All right, so deal with it like a man. Don't whine and cry because he's coming to get your ass out. You're giving up 3 runs without getting it out.
Pulled in the manager's office like, dude, you show me up on camera again.
No. I don't give him another chance.
For a man's sport here.
No.
Oh, he said fuck you, so I'm gonna put him in the minors. Oh, you got this poor feelings.
Nah,
AJ
put the glove over your mouth.
I'm sorry, AJ.
Hey, Giles.
Did it hurt your feelings?
Why don't you pitch a little better?
You're fucking manager.
I wouldn't have to come out here.
Manager.
So you know what? F you. If you'd have got somebody out, I wouldn't have to get my ass off the bench where I'm sucking sunflower seeds and enjoying my life, and you just blew the fucking game. Now I got to walk out here in the cold with my knees aching and get your sorry ass off the mound.
Oh, because you didn't put too many Shaq icy hot patches on your knees.
Whatever. I was comfy.
Oh, yeah.
I had my Lasorda leg cross going, and we had the game in hand.
Speaking of that, to get into some managers of baseball, talk about a kick-ass job.
Yeah.
Right?
You get free bubble gum, free Gatorade, a spread of meal. Some of these meals that these teams get.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about the Eagles linemen in just a little bit, too, what their bill is. The spread that they get inside these clubhouses.
Yes,
get
sir.
Fed, get coffee, whatever you want, basically.
Yep.
They sit in a dugout. They already have a lineup called that should probably get them all the way, potentially, pretty much to the 6th inning.
Right.
So basically, for 6 innings, you don't got to do shit.
Right, unless your
because
pitcher douches
your
out.
2 other guys are on 1st and 3rd calling the game for you.
Right.
It's okay. Oh, your reliever's getting in trouble. Your pitcher's getting in trouble. Oh, let's go.
Man.
Let's slap the wrist. Oh,
Gotta get up.
Gotta get up. Oh shit. I gotta fucking loosen the belt. Gotta get up. Tighten
the
belt
other 2
up.
times they even send the pitching coach out now. It's not even worthy of me.
Knock, you've watched a lot of baseball. Was there some coaches you remember that were just sloppy? Like you knew maybe say, hey, he might be drunk still.
Billy Martin, man. Billy Martin's a freaking legend.
I want to pull up a picture of
right?
Billy Martin.
Earl Weaver.
I want a picture of him.
Earl Weaver. I remember him.
Earl Weaver?
From the Orioles.
Absolutely. One of the best.
Earl Weaver looks like here, Knock.
Lasorda. He's
Lou
overweight
Piniella.
with the... Oh, Pinella's...
Lou Piniella.
Pinella's awesome.
But here we go. Is this him right here?
Yes.
That's Earl Weaver.
Yeah, he looks drunk. He looks like he's had a couple.
There's a couple of tirades you could play here if you could download them. Some tirades where he goes up.
There he goes. He's right there. He's
yeah, that's a good one right
See
there.
if I can pull it.
Yeah. That's a good one. I don't know if we'll get flagged for that. See, we got it's going to be
true.
on YouTube.
Billy Martin.
I got to find out what clips we can play.
Billy Martin goes out drinking all night with Mickey Mantle when he was a player. He was just a party animal.
I think you can play that clip though, Renee, because it's not music. If you actually have the audio clip from the play call, if you have something, let us know. We'll put it up. Anyone else? Lasorda always looked like he fucking had 3 hot dogs, like Dodger dogs, before he came out of the dugout.
Yeah, and those little tiny little legs waddling out there.
Yeah, like his workout was that waddle to the umpire kicking dirt. Like that was his leg kicks for the day. That was his leg kicks for the day.
His pen meter got to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, you're done. His pedometer, whatever.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
This is a Earl Weaver umpire fight.
Behind the rubber. Behind the rubber. Oh, he's got to go behind. He did not go behind the rubber.
So Eddie Murray's
listening to him. He did not. I ain't listening to him, Eddie.
He sounds drunk as hell.
Here comes Weaver.
Shit, bullshit yourself. You're here. Your crew is here just to fuck us. That's great.
I don't know how long we could run it. I didn't understand some of it said, but I got some. It sounded like the Grouch.
Earl Weaver was awesome. awesome. The
That was
crowd
good. What
just,
did he say? Fuck. What did he say?
You're just here to fuck us. Your only job today is to fuck us.
That's
Earl, sit down.
Man. Did they? Do you think now that you've watched a lot of baseball too? Both, did you think they get away with a lot more back then, right? Towards them than they do now.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh God, yes.
Like you're throwing
Now, if
games
you-
now. If you look at the fucking ump wrong,
If you
Joe
s-
West will be out there like, oh, you looked at me
Yeah.
wrong, freaking fat ass.
Yeah, if you
out.
sneeze on them, they'll throw you out of the game.
Yeah. Oh, it was much better back then. Much better when they went on tirades, man. But Billy Martin's the best.
Dude, the Lou Piniella stuff.
Lou Pinella's awesome.
I think he was the last. Do you consider him one of the last? Like,
yeah, real fiery, get in your
fiery
face.
guys?
Yeah.
What about the guy that
Clint Hurdle's not bad right now. Clint Hurdle, he's
who's
with
he
Pittsburgh
coaching
now.
Pittsburgh.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was with Colorado, but now he's Pittsburgh. He was a balls to the wall player, and
Oh, is
you
that
know,
our
as
call?
we have a phone call.
You gotta remember to mute that. Sucker.
wow.
Oh, just put the phones on mute before they call.
Yeah,
They
I
won't
know.
do
I
that.
guess I didn't realize it was on mute.
That's our
Hey, we have
producer
another ball,
right
man.
there. It's all right. We'll
Actually,
take a
it was
phone
on
call.
mute. That's weird. We
Was
still
it?
heard it. Yeah.
Well, do we have someone
No,
on the
'cause
phone
that's
or
on
not?
auxiliary too. I think. Oh no, it should be on phone. Who's on the phone?
That's O-Dog.
Oh, Diz.
Hello.
Oh, Dizzy.
Oh Lord.
What's up? Is it in the right holes?
What's?
Are they in the right?
Hold on. You may not be in the
holes?
right hole. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There
Fucking
we
Renee.
go.
Hey, when I came in, it was
There
already
we
plugged
go.
in. When I came in, it was
There
already
we
plugged in.
What's going on, playa?
What's going on, guys? Hey, Josh, I got to tell you, I love the new YouTube thing.
You like
I
it?
got you on my big screen TV and 70 inches, and you're even uglier than I remember since we were out there.
Don't make me put my hair in a ponytail. Don't make me put my hair in no ponytail. I'll do it.
No, I just wanted to call you. Hey, Renee, I see you on the screen right there, baby. Oh, Knocker, what's up, man? This is crazy watching you guys in 70 friggin' inches.
I love
This is
it.
crazy.
Have a nice day, douchebag!
That's 70 inches.
I just wanted to call and say hello because I'm going to bed early. I've been up early. I've been hanging out with my son for the last month,
Oh, nice.
taking time with him and just having a good time, not
Very cool.
working, just spending time with him, man, and
Well,
just having a
can I
great
pick your
time
brain
with
for
her,
two
him and Trisha.
questions? Can I pick
Awesome.
your brain for two little things here? Because I haven't talked to you.
Got you, man. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay.
What you got? I haven't even
Because-
done a show in 3 weeks, so
I
I'm
All right.
chomping.
All right, I can feel it in you. I
He's
know you want to get
jonesing,
it out.
man.
You just got so little
I got
time,
so
but
much to say.
All right. I want to get two thoughts because me and Knocker are disagreeing on a few things here. The Bryce Harper thing,
Okay.
man. I like the guy. I like his attitude. I mean, I don't like everything about his attitude, but I get it. I think it's who he is. It makes him great. And I think that some athletes are just built that way. Knocker is not a fan of the guy. Renee was like, oh, he shouldn't even made the All-Star team. The guy had the second most home runs in the National League, and he was at the home park. It's like, come on, get over it, guys. The guy's been an
that's
All-Star for
why
8
he was
years.
there.
Okay? The guy deserves it. I don't care what you say. He's one of the top 5 players of baseball. What are your thoughts on Bryce Harper, man, winning the home run derby? Knocker says he cheated, first of all, and I didn't know that. Do you believe he cheated? Do you know this thing that Bryce Harper cheated, or somehow he was throwing the pitches
I heard about that, but I'm going to tell you this. I have mixed emotions about Bryce Harper. I didn't like him when he first came in. I thought he was cocky, a little arrogant. I've come to sort of he's grown on me. He's got a great last name. You know, my last name is Harper, so he's got a great last name. I can't argue with that. But anyway, but I digress. No, I have mixed emotions. He's not batting well, but he's the superstar of the Washington Nationals, so you kind of had to put him in there. He's kind of the face of the league on the East Coast. I understand why he was in there. Did he deserve to be in there? Probably not if you base it off of his batting average. But, you know, did he deserve to be in there because he's a star of Washington Nationals? Yes. Now, as it pertains to the home run derby, they said that he threw pitches too fast. You know, for me, I don't really care about it.
Right.
If they cheated a little bit,
Knocker's
it was the
just a
hometown
hater.
hero. It's a great story. It's an exhibition. It's not like it's reality. I mean, if it really counted towards something, then I'd be upset. But because it's an exhibition for the fans, it played well to the crowd. The crowd loved it, so I'm okay with it. I don't care if he
Thank
threw
you.
the pitches fast or
Thank
not.
Then why have rules?
You know, it's an exhibition, Knocker.
Yeah.
Do they not have rules? If it's an exhibition, just
Yeah,
say no.
I get
no
it.
rules. No rules.
I get it. But it's a home run derby. It's not like it's
I
the
don't
playoff.
care.
You know,
I don't
I
care
get it.
either, O-Dog. I don't care either. It was great. It was fun
Yeah.
to watch. It was exciting. And
Exactly.
I really don't care. I'm just stirring the drink.
I'm gonna
right
pick
here.
two more things because I know you got to get to sleep. Two more things. Manny Machado, the trade is, I believe it's official. It just came down, going to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Renee, obviously is hoping it's not a rental, and they signed this kid who's a free agent at the end of the season.
I would like for them to.
What are your thoughts, dude, on Manny Machado moving over to LA? Is this the piece they needed? Do you think they still have to make a couple more moves to, get there back to the World Series and win this thing? What are your thoughts on the Dodgers move here?
I think it's a great move for the Dodgers. It fills a hole that they needed. Machado is a great player. But you still got to correct some of Clayton Kershaw's postseason woes. He's got to be more consistent in the postseason. But, yeah, I love it. The Dodgers are sort of my National League team, because I love them because I love you guys, and I love coming out there, and I love them because I know how much Renee loves them, so I always root for them. I keep an eye out on them. So I'm hoping it works out well for them. I'm a Yankees fan primarily, but, I watch the Dodgers, and, I do have one Dodger hat, so, I don't wear it, but I have it.
Hey, well, how about a shout out to your Yankees and Aaron Judge, getting that home run in the second inning. That was an awesome thing to see. Lastly here, I want to get your thoughts on this whole thing with the NBA right now. This DeMar De Rozan, big trade went down. He's on his way to the Spurs. It looks like Kawhi Leonard now going to Toronto. He's already stated he did not want to go there. DeMar De Rozan feels betrayed by the Toronto Raptors, who I guess said 3 days ago, whatever it was, that they weren't going to trade this kid. He Instagrammed something today, said, there ain't no loyalty or something to that nature. What are your thoughts, man, on this Kawhi Leonard deal that just went down? People are saying, though, it's actually a good move for the Lakers, who could potentially get this kid mid-season or at the end of this thing, knowing that he doesn't want to play for Toronto. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a great move for Toronto. They're going to try to sell him, or they're going to use him to get younger pieces. You can't keep doing what you've been doing and not getting success. That's what they call that, insanity.
Yes, sir.
So they had to do something different. DeMar De Rozan was not the guy. Everybody saw him in the postseason. He shrunk in the postseason. He wasn't even on the court in the final game, in the final minutes. And that was with the best coach in the NBA, the guy who won Coach of the Year. And he didn't feel like this guy was good enough to put him out there. So, look, DeMar De Rozan could have his feelings hurt. This is big boy sports. I'm sorry. Put your big boy pants on, go to San Antonio, be a better player, learn some things from Pop, and maybe you'll learn how to be a better postseason player. But if you're expecting loyalty in sports, you know what the loyalty is? Keep my checks clearing. As long as the checks clear, they're loyal.
Right.
And if the checks don't clear, then they stop being loyal. Yeah. But as long as the checks clear, I don't care who's giving you. Look, and by the way, this deal's going to work out better for DeMar De Rozan. He goes to a team that's been a consistent performer, not to mention the tax benefits. He just got a $5 million raise by not playing in Toronto, where they give 53% in taxes to the government.
Yeah.
So what the hell is he complaining about?
Yeah.
San Antonio's in Texas. They have no state income tax.
Bam.
And how about I'm with you, O-Dog, because how about DeRozan, you shut your mouth because you're getting paid, I believe, $80 more million here on his existing contract, and you got sat in the playoffs. You got benched, and now you're complaining.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And now you're going to go play for a team. Popovich is probably going to make you a better player. That team's going to make you a better player than you were in Toronto. Toronto wins because they're going to break a run at it this year. Hey, LeBron's gone in the East. We had the best record last year.
Have a shot
Let's
at
get one of the best defensive players, one of the best shooters, bring him into us, and let's make a run at this thing against the Celtics. And the Lakers are sitting here saying, oh, this is actually really good news because you know what? If Toronto somehow doesn't work out mid-season, we can always go bid for him. We know we're going to get him.
Sure.
And basically at the end of the season, he's already said he wants to come to L.A., and they're really only up against the Clippers, which, come on, if you're the Lakers, you got to have confidence you're going to be out the Clippers to take him.
Absolutely. How do you guys feel about LeBron, real quick?
Love it.
I love it, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. I haven't watched Lakers basketball in about 3 or 4 years just because they haven't been something I really want to watch. I saw a bit last year because of Lonzo Ball, but I can't wait, man. It's rejuvenated L.A. with basketball, and
Absolutely.
it's always good.
I feel the same way as a Laker fan from the East Coast. I've been a Laker fan my whole life, going back to Magic, Michael Cooper, and Norm Nixon days. Knocker, you know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
So I am super excited. You know, I was a LeBron, what I classified myself as a LeBron supporter, but now I can be a full-on LeBron James fan. I can get me a jersey. I can do it all and just really sell out for the guy because, hey, Josh, you know how I feel about LeBron. We had that pop-up podcast in April at the golf tournament.
Yep.
So you know how much I love LeBron. I think he's the best ever, and I think he's going to be even better in LA. So
Yeah,
I'm
he had
looking
those
forward
shorts.
to it. It's
He
got
wore
me
those
excited for the
shorts. He
NBA
wore those
season.
new Lakers shorts, and they sold out in like within hours of him wearing those Lakers shorts. He just wear it's all these
I was
Laker
down.
haters.
Let me tell you LeBron's effect.
Yeah.
I was down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we're walking past a sports memorabilia store. They got LeBron James Lakers shirts down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I said, this is unbelievable. Like, think about that. And that Lakers stuff, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Now, the Cavs stuff was 50% off, but the Lakers stuff was 100% full price.
That's funny.
Before I let you go, one last thing. We're talking Lakers. What do you think that they finish at?
The Lakers?
Yeah, well, give me like what are you optimistically thinking? Really, what do they? How far do they get in the playoffs? Do they make the playoffs? Where do you see the Lakers in LeBron's first year?
I think they come in as a 5 or 6 seed. I think they win 45 to 43 games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far they go in the in the playoffs. I got to see how other teams play, see what injuries happen. But I think 45 wins is conceivable with LeBron. And you get a 5 or 6 seed, you shake some things up, you might go. I hope they don't get a first round out. I hope they make it to a second round. That would be my goal right now. And then, unless now if they pick up Kawhi in midseason, then everything changed.
That's a different story.
Then we're looking at a 2-3 seed, and then we're looking at 52, 53 wins, and now we're talking depending on when they pick them up. So we'll see how it shakes out. But the most important thing is I'm excited again about Laker basketball. I'm going to get me the NBA package so I can watch every Laker game that LeBron plays in. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So, hey, I'm going to let you get some Z's, bro. Give your show a shout-out. I know you had one yesterday. Or did you have one yesterday?
No, they're hiatus.
No, we didn't have one. We're not coming back on until August 7th. We're going to come back on strong with football.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
August 7th, WBKS 1. It's called In the Game, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. But I'm also doing Bros Pod with the great Bill Roden tomorrow. So
nice.
check us out. That should be up either
Very
this
cool.
weekend or early Monday. It's at Bros Pod on Twitter, and it's on SoundCloud and all of that.
Okay.
So we're going to talk a little NBA tomorrow. We're going to do a quick podcast with my buddy, the great Jamal Murphy, and Bill Roden may be calling in. And we got hopefully we'll get a writer from The Athletic to call in, and we'll chop it up a little basketball. So I'm looking forward to doing that tomorrow. But thank you guys, as always. I'm going to watch for about 15, 20 minutes, maybe up to the break, and then I'm taking my ass to sleep. But, Josh, man, your head is huge on my TV. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you. Holy crap, your head's huge.
Is that huge?
What do you wear, like a 7 7/8?
Is that huge? Is that huge enough for you?
I see you giving me the finger.
All right. Yeah, good one,
I love
brother.
it. I love it.
All right,
You guys take care. Shout out to Renee, and I will talk to you soon.
See you, dog. Have a good night.
dog. That's funny.
All right, guys. Take care.
My head look huge.
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I'll take offense.
Size matters. That's all I heard.
Well,
That's a huge bitch.
Hey now.
Cam did chime in on the managers.
Uncalled for.
Wally Backman in the Mets organization.
Yeah, I
minor
saw
league.
that tweet right there.
Do you know who? Do you have an
Do you have
idea
a
who Wally
Can you
Backman
find
is?
a Wally Backman?
Yeah, Wally Backman was a player for the Mets back in his day.
He played second base back in
he
the.
even played for the Dodgers for a couple.
He might have,
years.
but he was back in the good and strawberry.
Yeah, he was back in
Mets,
those days. My
88s.
mic won't stay. Watch this.
It's done that for a while. It's good.
It just stays up.
I think you have to turn it. There.
I have. I don't want to break it.
No,
Remember I
don't turn
broke
it
the
too
mic
much.
that
Yeah,
one time?
don't turn it too much. Don't break it. We'll have to.
That's all right. I'll just have to sit up like
It's
this.
trying to make you sure you have good posture.
I guess so,
There,
dude.
you sit up.
Right.
All right, Knock. Well, let's cover the rest of the big news in sports right here as we span the globe and cover what's going on in the world of sports.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
All right. Now, normally, again, this is all going to be a process till we learn what we can and can't do on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I would have background music, but
Right.
I don't know what the rules or specifications are from YouTube as far as what I can play as instrumental in the background.
Right.
So, with that being said, we're going to go into this just talking now. We're
Okay,
gonna do this
cool.
a little back and forth.
You don't have like one of those like beds that you made or like.
I think I could play something that one of these. I don't think I could play that. Because, see, someone owns that song, right,
Right.
Knock? Someone owns that. But this one that he gave me,
Yeah, like that.
I can play that.
Play that.
Like, I can play that in the background. So, all right, Knock.
So no more fitty behind me?
Yeah, that can't happen.
No more fitty?
No more
In
fitty.
the
Like I
club.
said, we're going to have to cut Knocker's song of the week out.
I
So.
ain't into making love. I'm into sex. I ain't into making love.
Right? Knocker, first
Well,
up, we
come
were
to
talking
be a
about the
hug.
World Cup. Just want to go over it real
Can't stop me
quick.
from singing it.
With France, Knocker, they end up winning. Mbappe looks like the new star of the soccer world.
Yes.
Pretty cool story with him, Knocker. He's actually going to take his earnings from the World Cup, which accumulates to about
Wasn't it like 300,000 or something like that?
50,000. It's actually more than that. He earned about 22,000 per game with bonuses, as
Right.
well as 350,000 if they won the tournament. So somewhere around over $1 million or something like that. He's going to donate. He's only, I think,
19 years old.
Looks like
Only
new
the second
face.
teenager to score a goal in the Cup final.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be the face of soccer now that Messi and Ronaldo, they're still going to be around for 3
Calm
or 4 years,
down,
but
man.
The transition
Calm
is
down.
Oh, you want us to calm down?
He plays in
already?
France. Calm down. Okay, the other guys are still the names. The guy from Croatia, he's gonna move up. Modric, whatever the hell his name is. Modric
From,
Modric.
From Croatia.
I mean, Mbappe is gonna do it, but there's some other guys coming up too, and Ronaldo and Messi aren't going away.
But as
They're
far
not
as the
going
World Cup
away.
goes, you actually watched some World Cup.
I thought it was very interesting.
I
give
thought
it
it was
a
one of the better World Cups. Russia did a great job.
Absolutely.
The stadiums looked good.
Yeah.
There wasn't any complaints from any of the
shot of the
players.
week. All the stadiums looked great. The stands looked filled.
Yeah.
The soccer was good. I didn't, just the one game in the round robin, the one game where nobody tried to score, Japan and I think somebody else, Sweden or something like that, where nobody tried to score. But even in the final, they both came out playing. They both came out playing to win. It was it was exciting. It was good stuff. I still can't handle the diving. I still can't handle the BS.
But I think there's all
But
that
it was
sports. You're gonna get
intriguing and.
You're going to get your diving in basketball, your flopping in basketball. You're going to get, even now in hockey, they dive sometimes. And then, football, you're going to have the guys that try and sell the holding calls.
Sure.
So it's always going to be something.
Well, overall,
So-
it's entertaining, and some of the goals, just incredible, athleticism and all that. It was good.
Yeah, what are you talking? Now we got the
And one,
2000
what the hell are you thinking moment in the final? The goalie?
Yeah, I think that the handball call was questionable.
It was a
got
handball, though.
you got
It really
goal
sucked
to
because
start
it
the
took
game.
something
It
away
did.
from the game. It really just kind of changed the whole story of the game.
Yeah.
And then, what was Francis goalie thinking? Dude, get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, next up here, Knocker, we got a big weekend coming up in golf. The 2018 Open Championship,
Yes.
Knocker, is coming up this weekend.
Carnoustie.
Yes, they'll be playing at Carnoustie. I think you have a picture of the course here, Renee, if you could throw it. This looks like a beautiful course as far as the main house goes and as the clubhouse goes.
Mhm.
Knocker, you've got your favorites, Dustin Johnson, Justin Rose, John Ram, Tommy Fleetwood, Brooks Koepka, Sergio Garcia, Hendrik Stenson, Jason Day. The list goes on and on and on. Who is your favorites, Knocker, coming up into the tournament?
Well, I like Fleetwood a lot coming into this.
They have Fleetwood at a plus 2,200 knock, so $100 gets you $2,200. Not a bad bet.
Not bad at all.
You know
Not
what
bad
I'm
at all.
saying?
But he holds the course record. But I've been reading up on it, and it's a little interesting. And he does own the course record at 63. But he says it's a different course. It hasn't rained. It's really dry. So, he said where you would take driver for some of us, we're hitting irons now because of the roll, how far the ball's going to roll, and it brings in some of the bunkers into play. So it's really a different course. But he has, obviously familiarity with it. Patrick Reed, I think he'll come up. DJ, I'm not sure. I think he might be too long of a hitter for this kind of course. He might get himself into trouble hitting the ball too damn far till he adjusts. So, and Ricky Fowler, I think Ricky Fowler's a kind of a sneaky pick for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun tournament. They always are. It's one of the best tournaments in the world. Dustin Johnson, you want to take him, but he always seems to fall short in something. He seems like he's gonna be out to that 2-day lead, and then something's
Well,
gonna happen
just the
to
back
him.
thing. It just they don't talk about it, but
Yeah.
we play golf. If your back is just not right, you got a problem.
Yeah, look out for Henrik Stenson to make a move as well.
Always a great 3-round golfer, though.
At plus 2,800, you can't
Yeah,
beat that
one of the
either.
best 3-round golfers there is, though.
John
he just
Ram
can't
is
do it
that
on
young
Sunday.
kid that everybody thinks one day is going to win one of these majors. He's
Yes,
right there
sir.
close, Justin Rose. So it's going to be a good tournament to watch this weekend. We talked about a little earlier, Manny Machado to the Dodgers knocker. Just your quick thoughts. What do you think it does to the Dodgers' World Series chances, and do you think they hang on to it?
I think it puts them right now. It does put them as the front runner. I think they're better than the Braves. I think they're better than anybody in the West. I don't know who's leading the Central. The Cubs? Are the Cubs in first place? Or?
No, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
I think they're better than both those teams, and all this did was just shore up the middle of that lineup. They're very deep as far as hitters go.
Yeah.
Their defense might be a little suspect. I think Turner, for me, is now on that list to where he's just going to keep getting hurt. It's just going to be 2 weeks on, 3 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. I think they got a problem there. Very intriguing as to what the Dodgers can do as far as packaging players now to trade for a dominant pitcher. I think
this
that,
trade
and we
was
say this
made-
every year with the Dodgers. They need Kershaw's not it right now. But you're always looking for that one other. Just
Right.
when he steps on the mound, the other team is
Well,
just like, wow. I'm
what
not
I,
sure we
what
can
I
win
think
this.
they're doing,
Is that
I
the
think
kid's name?
I think they're saving their ammo for later, because I would have thought at least they would have gotten rid of maybe Logan Forsythe for Manny Machado, because they still have Logan Forsythe, who's
Well, they gave up only minor
Not-
leaguers.
right,
Just that
exactly. So
Yaniel Diaz was
that
the top
surprises me, yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to give something to get something,
do,
and
yeah.
they got a great ball player who's young, who's going to hit. He's excited to be there. That's the thing, is he's going to I know that players are excited and they're in a playoff run and this and that, but when you bring in a guy who's come in from an organization that has done crap for his whole career, and this guy now jumps on board with a chance to go to the World Series, it just the enthusiasm and just the whole aura changes. Even
just
for a
makes-
team that was one game short, they still need something. They
Right.
still need excitement.
it just makes them more dangerous this year than it did last year.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Way more dangerous with Manny Machado in the middle of that lineup.
And they've got
I think the
some
trade, though,
just-
like you said, I think like you're supposed to say,
they're
I
going to
think-
package people up and trade for a pitcher.
This isn't the last move the Dodgers are going to make here for
No.
the trade deadline. They're going to go out and they need to solidify that bullpen and a starting pitcher. They need to get
But
another
I think
bullpen
if
guy
anybody's going to
and a starting pitcher.
the
I think
expendable-
the DeGrom move. The
the ex-
DeGrom move is the move to make
Right.
for the Dodgers. You get it for 2 more years at 600 and whatever the
Right.
minor league minimum is, or whatever the lease contract is. That's what he's got for 2 more years. The kid's young. Get rid of Seager. I don't care. I know you like the kid. He's had an injury though as well. Get rid of Seager. Package him with someone else. Even the Muncie kid that was hitting home runs. Who cares? Let him go. Get DeGrom. You go DeGrom and Kershaw and Maeda, who's having the great
Right.
season right now.
Right.
That's a formative 1, 2, 3
Exactly.
combo.
You
right
have to have
there.
it.
And I think that you can lose Muncie's power because you're gaining that with Machado now. And I think Seager can be replaced.
I'd be hard
You're
pressed
on
to
the-
let
you're
him
on
go.
the-
But
the
if
one-
I
you
could
like to
trade,
trade Turner,
if
you
I
want
could-
to trade Turner.
I
That's
just
what
don't.
you're
I
telling
don't
me
see
in
him
the
coming
kitchen
back. But I
earlier.
package Tolles and Peterson and Puig and Forsythe. I mean, I give somebody 5 players. Just
But
give
the
me
Dodgers
DeGrom.
are playing well. How much of this chemistry do you break up?
Right.
That's a question.
I
too.
understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they haven't been playing bad ball. Since they started 16 and whatever. They were showing it at the All-Star game. They've got the best record almost in baseball.
I am with you though. If the Mets insisted on Seager being in the package for DeGrom,
Right.
do it.
I do it too. You get him in
Do
2
it
years
now.
at 665,000, and if the kid you're playing for the Dodgers, how can you not resign?
Do
You
it
gotta
now.
go into this knowing like you're the Lakers. For the Lakers, anyone's gonna want to resign with us like they would with Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
Not
With LeBron.
necessarily, but I understand what you're saying.
You got to have that little bit of, as you're the top 3. The Yankees, Red Sox, and Dodgers are the top 3 baseball as far as knowing worldwide who they are.
And the Cubs.
And
Yeah.
the Cubs. Those got to be the top 4 right there. I think it's a great move by the Dodgers. I think it's an aggressive move, which they haven't done in years. Go out and get the superstar, even if it's a rental, and which I don't think it is, but I think it's a great move by him.
I hope it's not a rental. I hope they go long term with it. If they were smart, they would. And like Knocker said, there are some players that are expendable on this team, like Logan Forsythe.
Yeah.
I think that they could even get rid of Rich Hill. I mean, he's going to be 38 next year.
Do you think
And
they
he's
go
gonna be a
out
free
and get
seat.
someone to challenge Jansen for that closer spot with the struggles he's had? Is
You know
that
what?
a move the Dodgers make?
Yeah,
Mark? Is
you know
that
what?
Something?
It wouldn't hurt to go out and get that.
He'll make him our number 8, her 8th inning
Our
guy, but
setup
he can
guy.
be a number 9 guy if Jansen
Right.
still struck, because it's been a nightmare.
Right.
Well,
It
they
has.
said the guy in Baltimore is kind of up.
Zach
for
Britton.
grabs, right?
Zach Britton.
Yeah, and there's talk about they're going to go after him too. I don't know if you guys heard talking about baseball. The Cardinals fired Mike Matheny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, I guess, mediocre or whatever in the.
Well,
in the
they're
Central,
hot
so-
of late,
Cardinals,
but
you
yeah.
don't even if you're not in the playoff race, the All-Star break,
You're
fan
done.
Yeah, they're so into their baseball that
Yeah.
they're not going to let you just ride that out. you know,
Right.
even if you are Mike Matheny and you
Right.
played with the team and you've got some clout.
Well, it sounds
They
like
don't care.
he has some issues with a couple of the players there too.
Oh, okay.
There's somebody named Dixon or something like that.
All right.
That's
we're
not
seeing
getting the
that.
playing
We seen that
time.
in
I think there's like 2 or 3 players on the Cardinals that I've read about that there's kind of a rip with Matheny as far as
Gotcha.
playing time and this and that. So I think it's a good move by the Cardinals. You don't let it fester and you know they got
Yeah.
a chance to do something
Are we
if they can
seeing
change
that
and get
more in
hot.
sports?
Seeing what more in sports?
Maybe a little bit of a clash between. You have this movement almost, as we saw with the Yankees getting rid of their manager,
Mhm.
Joe Girardi,
Mhm.
who is, as we heard, was almost a drill sergeant.
Mhm.
This is how it is.
Mhm.
Didn't really relate to the new Yankees
Mhm.
young players' talent that they have. They bring in a coach in what the guy was in the booth. What's his name?
Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone,
Mhm.
who relates more to the younger generation. This team's excelled now. They've got the best record in baseball. And you just look at a manager like we're talking about here. Is there a clash here between
Sure, it's a fine line.
an old school, new school kind of talent? You know, you've got Luke Walton with the Lakers. They brought him in to kind of, be a coach, but more be relatable to the guys.
Mhm.
You know, the 19 to
It
23
depends on the makeup
millennial
of
ages.
it depends on the makeup of your team. In my opinion, it depends. If you got young guys, they need a disciplinarian.
Are we
They
eventually
need-
going to see him weeded out, though? That's what I'm saying. Are we going to see this?
No.
Where you're not going to get your hardcore.
No, I think there's still a place
manager
for
anymore.
that. I think there's still a place for that for a young developing team. Where
Like,
they're
is a Sean
gonna-
McVay the new? Is that the new football coach?
Yes.
Or the Mike Tomlin? That's what I'm saying. It's like the Mike Tomlins, the Bill Parcells, the Ditkas. Are they're getting phased out?
Yeah,
Of
but
sports.
there's still a place for them. But again, in my opinion, everything is 7 to 9 years. I don't care who you are. If you're with one team for 7 to 9 years,
Same as an Angels
whether
fan, Sosha.
exactly, I think he should have been gone. I love him, great guy, but I think they need a change. That something's not working anymore. Change it. But in my opinion, if you're the tough guy, your shit gets old. I think Sean Payton should move from New Orleans. I think he needs to go somewhere else. After 7 or 8 years, your core players are just going to get tired of whatever you're selling. Your new players, yes, but your core players are going to get tired of it. Whether it's the discipline or the coaches, and they're starting to take advantage of you now because you're a player's coach. I really think it goes in 7-year to 9-year
Belichick's
cycles.
like the exception.
A huge exception to the rule. Absolutely.
Even a Phil Jackson is an exception.
Yes. But again, how long was he with Chicago? 10 years?
Right.
How long was he with the Lakers?
Right. He stayed
10 years?
And now look what's happening to the Patriots.
Right?
They're kind of in that.
Getting tired of
We
his
got
shit.
one more. Yeah, players are getting tired of his stuff.
Right. It just gets old.
They
You
don't
need
have a
something
star player
else.
on that team that I can name besides Tom
Right.
Brady.
There's very few guys that are going to coach the same team for 20 years. It's just,
It's just
I
the way
think the
the
Cowboys
sports
need
is
a new
going.
coach.
I
don't have
agree.
anything against
I
him.
agree.
I just think he's been there
He's a
8 years.
puppet.
Nothing's happening.
Jason Garrett is a puppet.
Whatever it is, right? And I think that's a problem with that organization. But like I said, I think Sean Payton needs to move. Anybody that's been with the same team for 7 to 10 years, it's time to go. It just is. If you haven't got it done in 7 years, right?
No, I agree with that.
It should take 4 or 5 years. If you know your shit, it should take 4 or 5 years. Granted, you have to have the drafts and you have to have the right general manager, blah, blah. But if you can't get it done and turned around in 4 or 5 years with free agency and the way things are going now in pretty much all sports, you got a problem.
Yeah. I've got a lot of people work with Dave Ross. I'm going back to the Dodgers here. Do you think he's a player's coach, Renee? Because I heard it was a pretty cool thing they say. I think they're in the All-Star game as well. That he goes up to every player before the game and touches him, not
Totally.
in a weird way, but goes up to them and pats them on the shoulder and says, whatever, a kind word, or you're going to get this today, or today's your day, something like that.
Yeah.
Do you like him? Because
I
I have
do.
a lot of fans still, the Dodger fans at work, that still don't like this guy, and I don't get it. I think to me,
Yeah, those Dodger fans just need to get over it.
Change him for who?
Right. So the thing about Dave Roberts is that he wore the Dodger uniform as a player. So I think it means a lot more to
But he
him.
only
This
was.
team.
But he was a Red Sox, really.
No, he was a Dodger. He was a Dodger.
Longer than the Red Sox.
Longer than the
Yeah.
Red Sox. I mean, he was known for that stolen
played
base.
during the Yankees.
But if you follow the
Yeah.
Dodgers and you follow baseball, you would know that Dave Roberts played for the Dodgers, I think, for 4 years. Anyway, so I think he has a lot more passion managing the Dodgers, and it means a lot more to him, so he can relate because he knows how it feels to be a baseball player.
Is he on the hot
on the
seat if he
Dodgers.
doesn't win the World Series?
No, not at
is
all.
Dave
No.
Roberts
No,
gone?
I don't think so because he needs.
I don't know.
He's got a couple.
Fire him.
You don't. No, you know what? Look how long the Angels have gone with Mike Scioscia. What over? This is going on almost 20 years, right? 10 years,
But that's
15
the
years.
difference between the Dodgers and
No,
the
no.
Angels.
I hear what you're saying, but even if the team doesn't make it, they won't fire Roberts because if Roberts doesn't, he makes decisions, but ultimately at the end of the day, he doesn't play
Right,
the ball.
he's not out in the
he doesn't
mound.
play the
He's
games.
not out there like Jansen blowing these
Exactly.
games.
He got him to the World Series. He gets to ride that for at least 2 years.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, being at that game one was a scene there. There's nothing
Right.
to bring
I mean,
LA
you
back
got
to
him
that
there.
point.
But I'll tell you what, though, if they don't do it this year, this is the 30th year. It's officially 30 years since 1988 since they've won the World Series. So I don't want to go past 30 years, man.
I'll tell you right now that they have.
Okay, well, we'll let him know for you.
All right.
We'll write him
I'm
a
just
strongly
saying.
worded letter. You guys
I'll
better,
write it myself.
You guys better get it done this year, man.
I know.
The Astros really look good.
They do.
Yes, they
The
do.
Astros look damn good to repeat.
So the
I
Red
mean,
Sox, so do the Yankees.
That American League playoffs is going to be amazing.
I like what Seattle's doing, man. I like what's going on up there, man.
Yeah.
I think they got a pretty good little ball club going.
All right, we're going to get to break here, refill our drinks. We're going to get some good stuff on the flip side. I'm going to get some fantasy football. We're going to talk some Le'Veon Bell. Get to this trade talk as well with DeMar De Rozan, his thoughts and your thoughts as well. Knock, we got shot of the week. We've got what the fuck news. We've got some soccer player that tattooed a whole jersey onto his body, onto his torso. He had his whole torso, Knocker. It's not a joke.
That's a lot of drugs, man.
A lot of drugs.
To take that much needle, that's a lot of drugs.
Now, so again, we're on YouTube for the first time. I'm going to try this. We're going to go to break. Now, this music I'm going to play is non-copyrighted break music. All right, YouTube, hear this.
Calm
I'll
down.
post it in the description. Don't flag us. It says it's non-copyrighted and it's good to go. So, all right, Renee, just keep us broadcasting, and we'll be back in about 2-3 minutes here. And stick with us. We'll be back after this. keeping it up here. Everyone seems to like it so far. We're glad. We just had O-Dog says he's watching on a 70-inch TV. Knocker says here from Dr. Rob, it's about time. Right. So everyone's very happy without the commercials and all the nonsense that came with Ustream. But hey, man, Ustream gave us their start, so I'm not going to hate on them. Man.
Right.
Ustream was good
time to
us
move
for
on.
a long time. So, knock a lot going on. You guys can call the show, 626-208-9040. Shout out to my Damien boys. I know I saw that picture. It's pretty cool. Blown up on there. On the 70-inch right there.
Too bad I'm not on there. We get a lot more fans.
Right? I get it.
We should have a Renee cam up. I was going to say, now, because that black box we have at the top left, we're going to be showing videos in there, but we should maybe have like a secret Renee cam where we can, like, when he dozes off, I can just like switch to him being really stoned. Let's get. Do we have shots?
I can go get shots.
You want to grab some shots real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's do shots early because it's already 6:50. So let's get those out of the way. We'll let Knock run and do
segment.
What's that?
That was a long segment.
What's that?
It's already 6:50. That was a long segment.
Yeah, we're trying to go. I'm trying to go. Now that we're on YouTube, we got to kind of go more extended long talk. And I want to get to it. When you get back, we're going to announce what we're doing next week with Dan, too. Because we're going to do some new stuff on the show here. Do some Sportscast exclusives. So we're going to do some off-topic stuff.
Okay.
Bring in guests that not necessarily have to do with sports.
Like that.
And do kind of a long talk segment, do like a 2-hour sit-down.
Cool.
Of people that have had some stuff, journeys in their life, you know, like that, whether it's been drug addiction, coming back from it, suicide, stuff like that.
I got some guests
good stuff
coming
too.
in.
People that have traveled the world that you just want to pick their mind about.
Right.
We're gonna call them Sportscast exclusives. We're gonna start doing that. We'll always have this show, but we're gonna do that on the side. We're gonna try and do about 2 podcasts a week now.
Cool.
Put those out, especially now that we're on YouTube and stuff like that. And get stuff, you know, writers of books that Knock's a big reader. Get any politics, but anything we kind of want to talk about, we're going to bring in that guest and try and share because that people want to listen to that shit too. They want to know because people have all that stuff that you don't think is going on in your life is happening. Like, you know, everyone knows someone that's died from cancer, or someone that knows that someone's committed suicide or has a drug addiction, or somebody that's had an epic journey that just traveled the world and did good and built houses for people in Africa. I want to know about that story. Right. I want to know your journey and know what's going on. So we're going to do some Sportscast exclusives on the show starting next week with my buddy Dan Martinez. We'll do it on Tuesday next week. Can you be here on Tuesday next week?
I think so.
If you can't, I'm sorry, but it's the only day he can come in.
I can let you know right now, actually.
Okay. So on Tuesday next week at 6 p.m., we're going to do Sportscast exclusive with Dan Martinez. He's got a story that I'm sure, like I said, touches somebody in some way with a suicide of his father. Now he's given me permission to go ahead and talk about this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and just tease it for next week. He'll be on the show. His father committed suicide in a way that I'm not going to say it because I want you guys to listen to the show in a way that most you wouldn't believe, and in a tragic way. And he wants to come on and share his story with everybody. And like he told me, if it just touches one person or stops one person from going about, hurting themselves or someone else because of that, or knows somebody, then he's done his job. So,
or if you know somebody that has, you can reach out for help you
this
get through
happened,
it, help the survivors get through.
I had him over at my soccer party on Sunday, which was just fucking fantastic. I had all most of my buddies from high school, my best friends. I cooked the breakfast early. The game was at 8 in the morning. We drank about 8 bottles of mimosas, Knocker. It was a good time. But he came, and this happened 2 years ago. None of us knew.
Right,
we shared it with everybody. So it's kind of a shocker to everybody. So, yeah, he's going to be on next week on Tuesday to share his story. So if you
know anybody who could use some help or some support, or just even if they want to just call in and unload, that's
right.
That's what we'll be here for.
Just we're gonna do these things on the side, guys. Telling anybody, and if you know somebody that you want to get on the show, let us know. Anybody's had an event, like I said, an adventure across the world, or went to Africa and helped build houses. I don't care. I want to get people on different things.
Just real life stories.
We had a country band on earlier. We got their whole story. That was just fantastic. We're still gonna do this show, obviously, but there'll be some exclusive stuff like that. So. Look for that coming up next week on Tuesday. All right, Knocker, moving on here. Let's get into a little bit of basketball and finish up with it, and then we'll throw it to the side.
I thought we were doing shots.
Oh yeah, we'll do our shot. You know, let's do our shots. Let's get those out of the way. Let's get them out. I'm sorry.
Has he ever been diagnosed for ADD?
No, but I think I dropped him a couple times and never admitted it.
Well,
you know?
O-Dog did say in my head like I get 7.
That's true, yeah.
Human head weighs 8 pounds according to that little kid.
Right,
on
a little
Jerry
kid.
Maguire. So if mine's 7, then it's small.
Right.
All right, Knocker, my shot of the week. 2 videos I want to show with you guys. The first one goes to this man right here, Knocker. And what does it say at the top there?
I would just let this guy play through.
Shot of the week for this guy. He's had enough on the golf course and just wants to smoke
He's
his blunt.
so mean.
This is Knocker in about 10 years with the blunt. Here we go.
Waiting for these fucks to get out of my way so I can stroke one onto the fucking green while smoking a blunt, pounding down my Brooklyn lager. What are you doing, bitch?
What the fuck is this?
He's on the phone,
You know what?
standing
Shot of the week.
behind
Normally
the
I
golf
give a shit
cart.
because I'm not for people being assholes, but shot of the week for that guy. Because he was like, nah, bitch. You guys are taking too long. I'm out here smoking my blunt with my phone. So let me hit my ball. I'll play through. One more time for my man.
Waiting for these fucks to get out of my way so I can stroke one onto the fucking green while smoking a blunt, pounding down my Brooklyn lager. What are you doing, bitch?
What are you doing, bitch?
My Brooklyn lager.
That is going to be Knocker this Sunday when we play.
What are you doing, bitch?
What are you doing, bitch? He's just like, I don't know.
You're my bitch.
Guy crazy.
All right, Knocker.
Let it play through.
My shit of the week. This video went viral earlier, and I got everyone's like, oh, this kid should be in the NFL, and this kid should be the next linebacker. I give this kid the shit of the week for decking his sister.
No kidding.
This guy's praised for hitting a little girl into a pool.
Just decleated her, man.
Have you seen this, Renee?
I think I saw the clip. And
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. If people haven't seen this, it's one of those little kiddie pools in the backyard. Not very big, and there's about a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 3-year-old girl.
Minding her own
business. Steps out of the pool. Then all of a sudden, out of the camera, her brother, that's probably about 7, full sprint, Brian Urlacher her into the pool.
Great form.
What does the headline read when we see this? All these videos on our Sportscast Instagram.
When you're sick of your little sister always being your parents' favorite. That's perfect.
It is, right?
It is, man.
Again, I can't wait till we can show these videos up in that top left. So we'll have that coming up. Here we go, Knock.
Boom! Just runs right through her, shoulder down, head up.
Oh my god, that's like a perfectly performed tackle.
Yep. Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, this kid's awesome!" Like, dude, he decked a girl.
Right.
That's like my dog.
Awesome.
Like, I want to know what shit of the week to the parents that let this happen. Whoever filmed this should have whooped that little kid's ass.
That's my dog greeting me every time I come home.
Right?
That's what my dog does to me.
So that's my shot and my shit.
All right. I guess I'm up.
And shot of the week for Bryce Harper. Winning the home run derby. Your dad pitched you. I don't think it was cheating. It's a freaking game. Who cares?
My shot of the week is going to FIFA. Just, for the average fan.
Oh, nice, Nog.
For the average fan, it was a great tournament. It was done well. But every game I saw, fair play, really nothing dirty, no headbutts, no biting of the ears, none of that crap.
These are normal flops.
A lot of flops, but a lot of sportsmanship. Everybody played hard. And the games there were a lot of action. Nobody sat back. I mean, maybe that's because it's the World Cup. We're trying to win here instead of taking a week off. You can't take a week off. So they put on a great tournament. The Ruskies put on a great tournament, man. Every field looked fantastic, perfect shape. But hey, man, get the lady an umbrella. Get the president of Croatia, an umbrella instead of letting her stand in the rain like that. Come on, Putin. Give her an umbrella, man.
Soccer news. Soccer news.
Okay, my shit of the week. I got a peeve here. Okay. I'm really getting peeve. Okay. I'm really getting effing tired of all this shit. Mike Trout needs to change, and Mike Trout needs to brand himself, and he needs to change his image, and he needs to go out there and do these things to sell himself and sell the sport and blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. How about you all shut the hell up? Maybe Mike Trout likes his life the way it is. Maybe he doesn't want you in the middle of his shit. Maybe he doesn't want the spotlights following him around. Maybe he just likes playing the goddamn game.
I don't give a fuck.
Quit. Why does he have to market himself?
Yeah,
Why? Why does he have to do
Knocker.
commercials?
Yeah.
Why does he have to open his life up? Maybe
I-
he just digs being a baseball player. You saw the joy, the little kid joy and respect he has not only for the game but for the other players when they talk to him on the field. This dude gets it. He gets it. It's a great teammate, a great player. If baseball can't sell himself, and
I
they're
enjoyed him during the All-Star game.
Right?
It was pretty cool how he was able to talk in the outfield. I thought
right,
that was really cool.
and everybody's he should be. You got to market him and brand him and this. Dude, he's rich. He doesn't need to brand himself. He doesn't need to market himself. Maybe you actually have a nice all-American kid who just digs playing baseball, and that's all he wants to do. I don't need all the other stuff.
Is there
I
that
just don't
much-
need it.
Is that the narrative right now? Is
Yes,
that,
it's all over the place. It's pathetic.
Knowledge.
Just let him play.
that they're looked down on Mike Trout for that?
Yes, because they want him, because they used to look down on Jim Brown for the same
I heard him talking
reason.
about it. I heard Rogan and Rodney talking about it today on AM 570. He doesn't have a Twitter account. He's not active on Twitter. He doesn't do the whole Instagram thing.
He's not selling the
He's
game.
not selling
He's
the
not
game.
selling.
He has a Twitter, but it's not him.
I'm
doing
sure it's
it.
not him.
It's someone else.
I mean, everybody should, instead
I
of
follow
telling him he should be marketing himself, trying to make more
Charlie
money,
One or
they
something.
should be commending him for being a good kid who's playing the game and doing all the things for the right reasons. This is your role model, not the guy who's selling cigars that he doesn't even use or condoms that he doesn't do or beer or whatever, just selling himself like a hoe out there. This kid is just doing it right. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, y'all, and just shut the hell up. Find something else to talk about.
I don't know how it benefits him anymore.
What benefits who?
Like him being more, like you said, in commercial. Like, what is it going to do for him?
Exactly. All it does is open him up to tabloids and crap.
He makes his money. What's an extra $2 million to do this stupid commercial here?
Right, to allow you into my life.
Like,
I don't want
that's
you in my
just
life.
Yeah, I get it.
Let him go. Leave him
I get
alone.
it. Yeah, I
If
get
baseball
it.
can't sell baseball with Harper and Machado and DeGrom and all these other guys, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
Don't lay it on him. It's not his job to sell baseball. His job is to play baseball.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There you go.
All right, so is there shots in your shit?
Yes.
All right, what do you got, Renee?
My shit goes to the Baltimore Orioles organization because they're just basically giving up and they're tanking. I mean, they're terrible. So shit of the week to them. And my shot goes to the Manny Machado trade. Whole deal. I can't ignore it.
Yeah, you got to be happy, dude.
I am
The
happy
Dodgers
about
are going
that.
for it again. You
But
know, they're just,
as a Dodger fan, though, I am always optimistic. I'm always skeptical because the Dodgers have gone out. They've gotten players like Darryl Strawberry and Eric Davis back in the days, and they'll go out and get these big players, and they end up shitting the bed. So I try to be optimistic, but it's always hard because you never know what you're going to get.
Between American National League
Right.
firm, there's going to be that.
So I wish the best for him, and I hope he does really, really good and takes us to the next
Where are you
level.
gonna put him? Is
But
he
you
gonna go
never
to
know.
shortstop?
Yeah, he'll go to short.
He'll go to short.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is how I project the infield to go.
Turner at third.
So it's going to be
right?
Turner at third if
Yeah.
he's healthy. Machado at second. It's either going to be Kike Hernandez or Logan Forsythe.
Okay.
Okay, and then at first it's going to be Muncy, and then in the outfield it's going to be, if he's not hurt, Puig or Peterson, Bellinger in center, and Matt Kemp in left.
Where's Seager?
Whoa. Where's Chris
Seager's
Taylor?
hurt. Seager's hurt.
Whoa. Where's Chris Taylor?
Or they'll put Chris Taylor at second.
Where's
So they'll probably,
Seager? So
more
you
than
have-
likely, okay, he's right. I forgot about Chris Taylor. So Chris Taylor will probably play second most of the time, and they're going to platoon Kike Hernandez and get him in there somewhere to play in the infield or in
Well,
the
he can play
outfield.
all over
Right.
the place.
Your bench is going to be Jock Peterson, Seager.
No, Seager's out for the season.
He's not playing the whole
He's not
year.
playing at all.
Okay,
He's
so
done.
Jock Peterson's going to be your bench guy.
Yes. And he'll play every now and then.
Yeah, and then what do you have to get? Yeah, and then you're going to potentially have to give up one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
to
Gotta
get
get a
ready
pitcher.
to
Package
get
them all.
DeGrom or something.
Package
so.
them all.
All right, well, we're not going to play that
Don't
song
get too
for
crazy.
shots because we're going to get flagged for that because that's Little John.
No, we're not going to. Let's play it until they
no,
flag us.
We'll just
No, because they don't-
because
no,
they might
because-
just cut us off.
No, they won't cut us. They won't cut us off. I know they won't cut us off live. It's only afterwards when it uploads.
Well, that's what I mean. They won't let us back on.
No, what they'll do is if anything is what they'll do is they'll mute that whole clip. So if you ever see a clip of us on YouTube where we're talking one point and then it just goes blank. That's because we've been flagged and they edited out.
Should we just try it?
No, because I think we're okay because we played it on. We've uploaded our shit to YouTube
We
before.
have, and it's playing.
And it hasn't flagged us for that song.
Okay.
So
we're good. Plus, it's a little snippet. It's not the entire song.
Yeah, it's
right? No? All right.
Shit.
Here we go.
That's good.
God damn.
That is good.
I think we need to invest in some alcohol.
What's wrong with that?
I don't.
All right, well.
See how it grabbed me? It grabbed me.
Yes, it just took you away.
I couldn't have stopped that. My neck just involuntarily.
Yeah.
Like, it just like.
It just turned sideways.
It just like.
Yeah.
It like Malort faced it. Malort faced
well, buy a
me.
bottle of Patron. You're big money. Buy some Patron.
I should buy a bottle of Patron. You know what sucks too is owning your own house.
Really?
Dude, I've had to do. I mean, I love it. It's great. But you have to do so much work. I've done nothing.
For what?
For 2 weeks, but do lawns and cutting shit. My pool is. I had to do shit with my pool the other day. My sprinkler system right now is a couple heads busted. It's just like.
I'm glad you're talking about this because before I came to the podcast today, Sheer and I were cleaning the house. Today's like the only day we've been so busy. We haven't cleaned the house in like almost a month and a half. It was disgusting, dog hair. Right. So what is So what is the one chore? So what is the one chore you guys absolutely hate? You cannot stand doing it. I fucking hate it, and I want to die right now. Is your feeling? What chore is that?
The lawn.
Good question.
Outside the lawn. I hate
the lawn.
I hate that. I'll vacuum. I'll
me,
do dishes. I'll fold clothes. I'll make the bed. I'll do all that shit.
No, for me, it's scrubbing the bathtub. For me, it's scrubbing the shower.
Yeah, anything that has to do with the bathroom.
Me, it's like
I'm not
like
about
cleaning the
that shit.
countertops. Like we have this gigantic countertop right in the bathroom.
Get
Fucking
in
sitting
there.
here wiping it down. I'm just like, I fucking hate doing this shit.
Sorry, no, women, I love you. Hey, me too. I gotcha. Cool. Gotcha.
So why are you doing it? Why isn't she?
No, dude, she did so much around the house today. Like she vacuumed. She
You know
did
what
all
else
this
she
shit.
did? You know what else
Dust.
she did?
So
You
I
know
try
what
to.
else- Yeah, I know
contribute.
what else he
She
did.
also took your balls and your fucking mustache that you should have on your
Right?
face still.
No, I still got it a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, see, it's still coming in.
You shaved, didn't you?
I did shave.
You
Yes.
did shave.
I did.
Why?
I couldn't.
Why did you shave?
Because I wanted to get laid.
Okay. The plight of all mankind.
At least he's honest.
Right?
You know?
Right?
At least he's
Plus, it was
honest
starting to
about
get itchy.
Oh,
It's starting-
Bullshit on that.
no. So how bad did her pits get, man? Did they get pretty gnarly?
Yeah, like she didn't even last. Like,
I told you
like
she
that
would.
night I went home or like the day after, she's like, "Yeah, I already shaved."
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
I told
see?
you. There's no way she's walking around with hairy pits. It's not happening.
Not happening.
They're still in that young love. They're still in that young love. What do you
I
have?
know,
One
right?
year? and
1
something?
year.
Yeah, so they're
Right.
still in young love.
I'll do it for you, baby.
Yeah, let him get
I'll
to
do it
4
for you,
years. See
baby.
what happens then. You guys will be like, bitch, you're growing that hair out all night long.
I'm like to the point where I want to get a maid. I'm to that point, like a cleaning service.
You call
Not a
Absolutely.
maid, a
Look at
cleaning
this
service.
guy.
I want to get like a cleaning service.
Absolutely. Why not?
Because I
No.
don't want to spend the money. I'm cheap,
See,
but I hate doing
I thought
it.
about doing
Exactly.
it once a month, being like, all right, all I want you to do is I'll pay you a couple $100, clean all my bathrooms head to toe, like shower, sink, everything.
But see, you can hire someone just to do the bathrooms. Just to do that.
Yeah, see, I just want that.
Not the regular, not the windows,
Yeah,
not
the
the
woman's gotta
vacuuming,
do
not the
something. Your
just
woman
to do
works,
the
though.
bathrooms. You can hire people just to
She
do the
did a lot,
bathrooms.
Yeah,
dude.
your
I
woman
got to give her
works.
credit though, man.
Right?
She like, yeah.
I will
She does a
get,
lot around the
Sloppy?
house
Are you
today.
sloppy?
dude. You're already getting laid. Lay
Yeah,
off
right.
it, all right? I will give up my cable
Right? He's
before I
kissing
give up. Right?
Yeah, he's
Enough
totally
already.
kissing, like enough, dude.
All right?
Shake your fucking mouth.
Before I give up my gardener, I will give up cable TV
Yeah, me too.
before I give up my gardener.
Okay.
Knock,
I
I'm
get you.
opposite. I've totally embraced doing the lawns because it gets me. I guess because I have an inside job. I'm in my office 9-10 hours a day looking at a computer screen,
Right.
looking at numbers. That I don't actually, when I come home from work, sometimes I'm like, dude, this is.
I can
actually
understand
nice.
it.
I can put headphones on.
I understand. It's
I just-
therapeutic.
I don't have my, as much as I love my wife, my kids. Sometimes you just don't want to talk to them, and you go out there, you get a good sweat going, and then your wife looks at you, and you're like, yeah, I just fucking conquered that. Like, I'm all sweaty. I'm going to go take a shower. Now you can't bug me for the rest of the night. It's like a free pass for me.
Sure, I get that.
You know
You just don't want to give
like,
Mexicans jobs. That's really what it is.
That's it.
Actually,
You just don't wanna
mind
pay
it.
Mexicans.
I just think it is that. I work in an office, and I just don't mind getting out.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
You know, to do the yard
I
work.
hate
But
it.
Knock, I agree with him, dude.
Hate it.
You hate doing lawns?
He works outside, so it's like, F that. As much as
Yeah.
I have to be outside, I'm with you, Knock. I
Done.
agree with you.
Done. I'll never give up my gardener. Not
I'd say
ever.
the worst days of my life were picking weeds for you.
Dude, I hardly made you guys do anything.
You know what? Suck a
dude,
fat one.
you had it easy. I
No.
was easy on you guys.
No, you were not.
Every once in a while, I made you do something.
No way.
Yeah.
There were Saturday mornings we'd have to go out with a hammer or a screwdriver.
Well, sure.
And we'd have to pick the weeds out of our front yard and the backyard. That guy had a fucking rose garden.
But it wasn't every weekend. It was like once a month.
No.
Oh, please.
You treat us like
Please.
we were your minions.
Please.
That's why parents have children. We're like their personal slaves.
Pretty much. That was my remote control right there. Mijo,
Yeah.
suquen las cinco. Órale.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Cambiar.
I don't know what
Cambiar,
that
yes.
means.
Yes. Suquen al 11. Los Dodgers. Sí juegan ahorita.
I have no idea what you said. You said senor, senorita, miss, and Mr., Mrs.
The only thing Josh knows is
I said sucana.
burrito
So
and
good.
tacos.
I said
and
put it on channel 11. The
quesadillas.
Dodgers are playing.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
I didn't get any of that.
You're so ethnic.
All I know
It's
is if I
scary.
get lost, just tell me where the baño is.
You know, when I went to San Francisco,
Where's
the
the
Mexicans up there
baño?
say Yayans. It's for the Giants. Yeah.
Yayans?
Go Yayans!
Giants.
Yeah. Down here we have
Yayans.
Doyers. Up there they have the Yayans.
Yayans.
Yeah. I like yayons.
Yeah, yeah. Orale Yayans!
All right, Naka.
Hey, I just observe things.
Right?
Yeah.
You do. You're a good observer.
I am a, yeah.
You are a good observer.
I just tell it
All right,
myself.
Knock. Let's roll through some of these fantasy football here numbers. We got football coming up. I'm stoked. We
Thank
what?
God.
College football is what? 4 weeks away.
September, like the first week of September,
Something
I believe.
like that. Well, let's run through these players coming up. Knocker are the top 10 players that most think are going to be potential busts coming into the season. Let's see if we agree with them or not. First one up here, Knocker. You got Deshaun Watson. Now,
Mhm.
Deshaun Watson coming back from the injury here, Knocker, was an absolute stud when he was on the field.
Yes, sir.
He threw for 319 yards per start, 3.6 touchdown passes. He also averaged 50 yards rushing, Knocker. Then he tore his ACL, as we know. What are your thoughts here on Deshaun Watson coming back? Not just for fantasy purposes, which we can, obviously talk about, but just go back as a football player. Now, that's a major injury
Yes, it is.
to a position that I think he became what he was because of his able to elude defenders to get outside the pocket. Russell Wilson-esque.
I think he's going to do just fine. I see him coming back very strong. It's not the same death sentence that it used to be. It really isn't. The surgeons and the technology and all this are just so much better than even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a death sentence. Yes, he ran, but he wasn't a scrambler per se. He wasn't a
50
Manziel.
yards per game, Knock, is quite an average.
I
for
understand
running.
that,
You
but
take that away. If I know that you're coming back from an injury, why wouldn't I just?
Well, to me,
you're going to stay in the pocket. I mean, hence RG3. We've seen it before.
RG3 ran crazy. He ran and exposed himself. This guy doesn't. This guy's very smart. He runs when he has to. He avoids contact. But in my opinion, watching him play, he's not a running quarterback. Yes, he can run. Yes, he can get you yards. But he is more of a pocket passer than he is a runner to me. So I think he's going to come back very strong. I think they have a very good team. And I think what's interesting now, if I'm not mistaken, are they in the same division as the Jaguars now? Is it the Jaguars?
They're in the same division as Jaguars.
Right.
Yeah,
those two
Colts,
teams.
Jags, them, and Titans.
Right. That's going to be a very interesting division.
Yeah,
Titans are in the playoffs. Jaguars
You
are
know
somebody's
what you're getting
picks
out of Andrew
to get
Luck.
into the.
So I think that as far as
I think he comes back very strong.
we're
to
going
answer your
we're
question.
incorporating both these into fantasy as into real, but real playing. I think that Deshaun Watson's going to be one of those players where I think he comes back, but I don't think you're going to get the same player. And I think you'd be stupid or ignorant to think that you are.
Okay.
With that type of injury, Knock, you just don't come back. You're
I understand that, but he's not 29.
You're an injury guy. Knocker, you're that guy.
I am.
So he's had a major injury. I got to think twice about him.
But he's not 29. He's 24.
All right. Well, we'll see how he comes back. Another one on the list here, Knocker, is Jared Goff with the Rams. Stellar season last year. As we know, they made the playoffs. They got knocked out in the first round. But he had 3,800 yards passing, 28 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions, Knocker. It's pretty damn good. It's a 4-to-1 ratio, touchdowns to interceptions. But he doesn't run the ball. And,
correct. Pure stand-up passer.
Pure stand-up passer, pocket passer, which is not bad.
Which is fine.
It's not bad. We've seen a guy that has, 6 rings now, that has, as in Tom Brady.
Can't get out of his own way.
Can't get out of his own way. Goff, what do you think of his chances coming in this year and repeating? We're going to see – there's going to be a setback year for Goff. It's just inevitable. You're not going to get a guy that just continues. We've seen it in Luck. Yeah, his first 3 or 4 seasons were stellar. Then he kind of tipped off because he ran too much and no one to get down. What do you think about Goff here coming into his 3rd season now?
I think Goff's going to have a very big year. Now, remember, I still would today. I'd rather I would have drafted Wentz instead of Goff, and I still feel that way. But they have surrounded him now with so many weapons. Brandon Cooks just signed a 5-year deal. So he's got the guy. He wants to be there. He loves to be there. I'm talking about Cooks, right?
Yeah.
So he's got weapons all around
What are your thoughts on Cooks getting paid and not Aaron Donald, Knock?
It's a totally different situation. He's not asking for the same money for one.
But Donald's been the face of the organization for the last 2 years.
I understand that. I agree. I think they should be paying him.
Okay. I just wanted to throw it in.
Just stop. Yeah. Just stop and pay the guy.
Yeah.
All right? Get it over with. Pay the guy.
Especially now you're paying Cooks. It's just kind of a slap in the face.
Because this is stupid. Unless you're planning to let him go when he becomes a free agent, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Why make him angry? Why put that over a team that's on the cusp of being a Super Bowl contender? What are you doing? Right? So, but anyway, and here's my reasoning for Goff. 2nd year, finally, under the same coordinator, under the same team.
Yes.
Same weapons, pretty much, with Kupp and Gurley, and you got a new tight end, new wide receiver, but I think that's going to work out just fine for him. Here's the key: he's going to get the ball back more than he did last year. Their defense is going to stop the other team's offense 2 to 3 times more a game than they did last year, which is 2 or 3 more possessions, which is 2 or 3 more opportunities to put numbers up as far as fantasy. Right? That's key to me, is the amount of possessions he's going to get this year. I think it's going to be just so much more and better field position. All these things are going to come into play. I see him putting up some pretty big numbers. I do.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a little bit of a set. I know they've got a good team. They've got Patrick Peterson on defense. They really stepped up, and they really
Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters. They've
and
got
Talib
as the other cornerback. Their defense looks good. They signed to Ndamukong Suh, spent money on him. I think they're going to be good, but I do think I still don't believe it. Is that just because it's the Rams to me? Because I don't know. Yeah, they made it to the first round. Yeah, okay, I get it. Great.
Yes.
Sean McVay is the new.
It's because
coach
you only
maybe
know
of the
those
future.
Rams.
His way that he does it relates to his players. I get it, but
your Rams have always sucked.
I don't believe it. My Rams have always. Yes, that's true.
9 haven't.
I just don't see. And when I try and picture these guys holding the trophy, I don't see Jared Goff. But at the same time, you know what? I say that and I bite my own tongue because Nick Foles just did it.
Right.
And Nick Foles is basically the same build as Jared Goff.
Probably not even
if I'm
the
not
same
mistaken.
skills.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably not the same arm strength. Probably not the same mobility.
But you know what I'm saying about? Maybe a slender white guy that doesn't look like he's much in the weight room but can sling the football. I think they're going to be fun to watch. I just think maybe they slide back a little, only because I think the division's better too. I think the Niners are going to be damn good this year.
Yes, they are.
Seahawks, they've taken maybe a step back, but they're always still the Seahawks here, Knocker, and the Cardinals.
I think personally, I think the division's weaker. I don't see Arizona making any noise, and Seattle's on the downslide. Yes, San Francisco is going to be good, but they're not great. Okay. That's my opinion. For years, you had 3 to 4 teams in that division that were pounding on each other every other weekend.
What about Dalvin Cook of the Vikings here, Knocker? Now, coming out of Florida State, this kid just knocked everybody's socks off. He was through weeks 1 through 10, Knocker. He was unbelievable.
Yes.
He was scoring 40 points a game in standard fantasy league.
Yes, absolutely.
And he looked like the MVP. He's like, man, he was the steal of fantasy. Whoever had him on his team, you're basically going to win your league or at least finish top 3.
Right.
He then ended up tearing his ACL, Knocker. Was out for the rest of the season. We don't know what he's going to be like coming back here, Knocker. What are your thoughts on guys? Like we said, these guys have had injuries, Knocker. We talked about the first 2 here with Deshaun Watson, the same kind of injury. Do these players come back, especially the running back now you're cutting? Now, Deshaun Watson can kind of rely on his pocket presence and being smart, like you said. Are we hoping for Dalvin Cook to repeat what he did last year?
Well, you're hoping, yes. Absolutely, you're hoping. First round? No.
Right, he's not. Like,
you have the same injury, totally different positions.
Yeah.
Yes, it's relatively the same age, but Minnesota's they've lost all 3 of their quarterbacks. They've signed Kirk Cousins to be their quarterback. How much of a workload are they going to ask him to do? How's he going to mesh with Kirk Cousins? I mean, there's all these little questions. Are the Vikings as good as they were last year? Are they going to get, are they really that good? I do think they're probably the best team in that mediocre division now, and I believe that's a mediocre division. I'm sorry, but I do.
I think it's a tough division.
It's tough, but it's mediocre. I see a lot of 9 and 6.
Wilson, Garoppolo in that.
What are you talking about? He's in Minnesota.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rams side of the division. Still.
No. Well, I'm talking about. You asked about Dalvin Cook, right?
Yeah.
So Kirk Cousins is now their quarterback.
Yes.
It's a new quarterback.
They've still got Aaron Rodgers.
He's running on turf.
Yes.
That division is.
I think it's winnable. I think especially with what they did last knocker, they've got a premier in McKinnon, and they've got 2 of the top wide receivers.
Right. My problem is, what are they asking him to do? What are they asking him to do?
As a fantasy owner, do you take that risk as a first round? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
Not at all.
Moving on to a couple more guys here. Now, you're a college guy with football.
Yes.
Rashard Penny was one of those guys, hot out of the draft last year. He went to the Seattle Seahawks here, running back. Is he going to be anything this year, Knocker? He broke out last year in college, drafted early, 45th overall by the Seahawks. Do you see him doing anything this year with the Seattle Seahawks?
I don't see the Seahawks doing much of anything. I just
the
don't.
Pete Carroll reign is over. We talked about coaches earlier in the show. Do you think Pete Carroll's run is over?
Yes. The heart and soul of that team is gone. The defensive players.
They lost everyone. Earl Thompson's
they're all gone. It never was an offensive team.
Boom is gone. I mean, you can't even refer to them as anything like that.
Right. Their identity was defense.
Yeah.
And their offense scored enough points for them to win. They don't have any offensive weapons like they used to have. The defense is definitely not going to be the same. He's going to be hard pressed to get a lot of points. I think he'll have a decent year, but I don't see him getting a lot of fantasy points. I just don't. I don't see how they work him into that offense. They don't throw to their running backs, so everything he's going to have to make is going to be running the ball, right? Which is going to be a little bit difficult in that division. There's defense all around that division, so a little tough.
Yeah,
a little tough.
Lastly, here, Julian Edelman, Knockers, we know is going to be suspended, I believe, for the first 4 games of the season, coming back from an injury as well. He looks like he's going to be, Patriots' #1 weapon coming into the season. Normally, Edelman's drafted pretty high in drafts, just because he always has been there, staple of Patriots football. But you're going to miss the first 4 games, and come back from an injury, and you don't have Brandon Cooks there for them to double team. I think Edelman is going to drop down in value this year as far as being any fantasy value. I mean, he might be that wide receiver, that flex position, but other than that, I don't see Julian Edelman being a staple of your wide receiving core anymore.
We have a call.
We have a call?
Yeah.
All right, who we got in the line here?
What's bothering Ken?
What up, playa?
It's about freaking time.
What's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
You tell me, man. You stuck in traffic?
I'm indeed stuck in traffic.
Nice.
Shocking.
You're going to be like, fuck my life, right? Like,
have a nice day, douchebag!
You're saying to everybody on the freeway right now?
Yeah, it's not great. I don't like it.
Right. Well, what's going on, my man? We haven't talked to you in a while. How are things? Are you still with Fox, and how's everything going?
I am gunning right now for a computer stats job on the road for college football, so hopefully that comes through.
All right. Well, we wish the
very
best
nice
to you with that, of course. We talked about World Cup earlier. I know we were tweeting during the World Cup, man. How impressed were you with the World Cup this past week?
Oh, it was awesome. You know what? Having all my buddies at work who were there, who were at the sets and stuff, and I thought Russia looked beautiful. Like the red square set that they had, it looked amazing.
Right.
Like Knocker said, all the stadiums were awesome. And it was a great game. A lot of goals, very dramatic moments. I would say probably the final game was a little anticlimactic, but other than that, the tournament was great.
Yeah, it was a good sight to see a lot of close games, penalty kicks, goalies, and the penalty kicks were unbelievable. It was amazing. Cam, since we haven't on the line, we haven't talked to you in a while. I want to talk about a subject we haven't talked really about yet. It was the Le'Veon Bell situation with the Steelers. It looks like it's really they've really torn down the bridges between him and the Steelers. He's probably not. He said he's not going to sign back next year. Yeah, he's getting $14 million on the franchise tag this year, but me and Knock talked about it a little bit earlier. Is he not worth the money? Do you need to pay him? Yeah, he's had his off-the-field issues with the marijuana stuff. Been suspended a few times. But is he worth this money? I mean, he really has carried that organization for the last 3 or 4 years, carrying the ball. Are they really playing him dirty right now with Le'Veon Bell, especially giving Antonio Brown that contract?
Well, here's the problem. Like Knocker said, he's got the off-field issues, and it's been consistent throughout 2-3 off seasons to where you can't just dismiss it as a one-time thing. The thing that I don't like about him, and the reason I probably wouldn't pay him the money, is because he's getting up there in age. You got to look at carries with running backs. I mean, Peterson pretty much fizzled out by the time he was like 31, 32. And I probably wouldn't pay him the money only because if you lock it up that much offensively, it's going to limit how much you can bring in defensively. The Steelers need quarterbacks, man, and they need a defensive backfield. So I think I probably wouldn't pay him the money, gun to my head type of situation. Do I think he's worth it? $15 million, I don't know if any running back's worth that, to be honest. I probably would pay him. I think what the Steelers offered him was pretty fair, to be honest. So
I have to agree. I think his ego is getting in the way of this. Like you said, he's getting up in age. Running backs, a good career is 8 years. I think he's been in there six or 7 years now, something like that. So for him, to demand this with the off-field issues, I agree with you. I just don't see where you can plant that much money into a guy who you really don't know what's going to happen with him. And like you said, they need to pour money into that defense. They need to sign some players and get some things going on that side of the ball. So, I agree with you. I would have franchise tagged him also.
Yeah, I think, Josh, it's just a thing of where you keep, kind of how the Raptors were feeling with their Kawhi Leonard trade. It's if the Steelers, I think they keep the status quo, I mean, you know what you're going to get. You're still not getting to the Super Bowl. You need to get more money and more help on that defensive line, that defensive backfield, maybe a linebacker or two. Now with Shazier probably, his playing career done. So it's just there's a lot of other things that factor into that.
Well, what are your thoughts on here? We got the whole Michael Irvin against Terrell Owens. Throw that up, Renee, if you can. Michael Irvin coming out and saying he's disappointed in Terrell Owens about, this whole Hall of Fame thing that Terrell Owens says he's not going to show up and hold his own whatever ceremony. Is Terrell Owens just hurting himself right now even more? Is just a normal, typical Terrell Owens we all knew? What are your thoughts on the whole situation between those two?
Well, I mean, it's like for anybody to think that this was T.O.'s career. I mean, he's been the same guy. The one thing that I will give him credit for is he's consistent. I've never liked him because I've always thought he was too much me. And I think Michael Irvin's probably right, but I mean, that's throwing stones at a glass house. I mean, Michael Irvin wasn't exactly perfect himself, so.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you.
I probably think that's the kettle calling the pot black, but it's a dicey situation. I think the Pro Football Hall of Fame also had to take some blame. He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, what I agree with, but once you get in, I don't think it matters anymore. I think he's being really petty. There's a lot of guys who have waited in the Pro Football Hall of Fame to be elected for a long time who should have been elected. So I just think he's kind of being a little drama queen. It's all about him.
Well,
and that's consistent with his playing career.
Yeah, you talk about drama. Lastly here, Cameron, I'm going to let you get back to your traffic nightmare. As I burp burp off of Mike.
I often wonder, if I may step in here just for a second, I often wonder what his career would have been like if he hadn't caught that pass in San Francisco in that playoff game. The
one where he cried at the end of it?
Well, he was done. He was out of the game. He was crying, babied, self-pitied.
Is that the one he had the broken arm? Did he have the broken arm in
No,
that game?
no. But he caught a pass at the very end of the game from Steve Young to win a playoff
that's
game.
when he's crying at, right?
Right, he started crying at the end. But
yeah.
prior to that catch, he had dropped balls. He had played like crap. He was so...
Is that his shining moment?
Well, it launched. It launched confidence. It launched the me. It launched all that. I often wonder, had he not caught that ball and won that game, what his career would have turned out to be, because it turned on a dime, because he was essentially done as a player during that game.
Well, hell, he's on the new Madden now. You can get the Ultimate Edition. He's on the Madden.
Is that right?
I mean, it was just the one thing of like when T.O. was the number one wide receiver when he was in the league in his prime. I mean, he was pretty damn unstoppable. The only thing that ever bogged him down was sometimes he'd have unreliable hands. You know, kind of the Odell thing where they make the great catch, but they don't make the 5-yard catch.
Agreed.
But,
absolutely.
I mean, it's one of those things. His ego has just landed him in so many bad situations. I've never been particularly crazy about him.
Well, lastly,
but I understand his talent.
Lastly here, Cam, before we get to break real quick, again, thanks for checking in, man. We hope it was good to talk to you. Lastly here, man, Knocker says that, man, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's business here. Did DeMar De Rozan get played dirty by the Raptors, dude? Because if, according to reports, they tell me 3 days before that, no, man, we're not going to trade you. You're good. You're the face of our franchise. And then they trade the guy off to San Antonio. What are your thoughts, dude? Did he get played dirty by the Raptors?
I probably would say it's a little bit of both. I understand it is a business thing, and you got to be, expect the unexpected. But I would just appreciate if a GM would, just be honest. If you're going to trade him, tell him you're going to trade him.
Right.
Because when you do that, see, the problem is when the Raptors GM's now done that, how can other free agents trust his word?
Sure. Yep,
because
absolutely.
He's done that to a star player. So it kind of diminishes his credibility a little bit. But, I mean, like Knocker said, it's a business for the Raptors. I mean, they're getting a better player. They're getting a little salary cap relief if they can, sign Kawhi Leonard to a certain deal, if he takes a pay cut or whatever. I mean, it improves their overall roster. I get what they're doing. So I would say it's kind of a little bit of both. I think Kawhi Leonard's the only one that's come looking real bad out of the situation because he seems to be a little bit of a diva with all his trade requests or whatever. I think he could have put this whole situation to bed a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it's typical Popovich, man. Says, yeah, you want out, dude? I'm going to send you out of the country. I'm going to send you the one place that's out of the United States of America. So, hey, Cam, thanks so much, dude, for I want you to get back to your traffic, dude. Don't give anyone the finger and don't be doing anything crazy.
What's bothering Cam?
Yeah, what's bothering you today? I want to know what's bothering you.
What is bothering me?
Yeah.
You know what? I was looking today. I gave a take. I know Darrelle Revis retired today.
Yes.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think you got a picture of him.
Oh, come on,
I really
Cam.
don't.
Yes, he is.
I really don't.
Yes, he is.
I swear, Knocker, I don't. I really don't. There's so many other guys. When you look at classes in terms of the guys that he's going to be going up against, and you're going to have Peyton Manning, you're going to have like all these other guys coming up, all these other guys that I grew up watching, and I look at his numbers, and he really only had like 3 good seasons, like 3 great seasons where he dominated the league. And then you look at the rest of his career is really short, and he fizzled out after that season with New England. I mean, I guess if you're gonna look at him.
Knocker can't stand his ass at all.
But I think he'll get in eventually. He may not be a first ballot, second, even third. But eventually, I think he just got to get it. He just was so dynamic and changed the position,
I agree. So, all right,
Here-
we're going to let you go
Yeah.
out of here, Cam. We're going to get you out of here. Again, follow Cam at, what is it, at CBullock1 on Twitter?
CBULLOLLOT1. It's weird.
There you
I
go,
know, I have
buddy.
a weird Twitter name.
Hey, get your ass in the studio, man. I know you're busy,
For
but
real.
we miss you, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Football season's coming up, so maybe if I get this traveling job, I'll call you guys every Wednesday before I head out on the road, tell you guys
Nice.
what I'm doing. And stuff.
I like it. I like it. All right,
Cam's
man.
Travels.
Yeah, you take care, brother. Stay cool on the road. Zen out, buddy.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Later, brother.
All right, we get back. We got viral videos. We got drunks of the week. You got knocked the fuck out. It's a fun part of the show. We get back here on the Sportscast. We're back after this.
Yo, Skrill, drop.
Sportscast. All right, guys. We're going to get some fun stuff now. Again, all these videos we're going to be talking about coming up, you can find on our Instagram at Sportscast. We've thrown up all the videos.
Wait, what was that? I can't hear it. Wait, I have wax in my ear. Hold on.
At Sportscast.
Oh, okay.
That's SPORTSCAST.
Okay.
And you can also follow me at Real Josh Pacheco, at Bud Knocker on Twitter, and at Beans1.
Correct.
We're going to get to these videos here. We'd like to call this first segment, Knocker, Drunk of the Week, and for good reason.
Hey, I remember when QuickTime here passed out in the booth, this booth, and we did stuff to him that you do to ladies, and we promised we'd never tell you. All the greatest moments of my life I spent right here in this booth. Maggie's first word, Bart jumping that canyon, Mr. Plow, all the greatest moments of my life. I gotta go pee. I don't want to get up.
Oh, right. We've all been there, people. Don't act like you haven't been.
I'm there right now.
At one time. Exactly. Hey, and shout out to the Colonel again, moving down to Montecito.
I know. I love it.
Or Monterey. I'm sorry, not Montecito. Monterey out there. Carmel. It's just beautiful out there. It's
God's country, man.
Nice. I can't wait to get him in studio. So, all right, Knock. First drunk of the week. This guy. We just posted this one up there today, Knocker. Let's look at this guy. Now he looks like a young chap having a good time. Look at this guy. Now he just looks like he's already gonna rape your ass. He's gonna rape you. Like he's going to kill you.
Now I don't know if
something's going to happen with that guy.
Right. See, I don't know if that's shadows or did he piss his pants. Seriously, look.
Renee, we need a second opinion here.
Look,
can you please?
Look.
The darkness around his jeans at the bottom does look like he might have
crotch
urinated.
How do you know someone didn't spill a beer on his pants?
Ooh.
True, but look at his pants. Does it not look?
But he already looks sweaty, so
right.
maybe that's just sweat. I'm hoping, or he doused himself with water.
But it would be all over.
Now, what is it?
See, his right leg is dry.
Yeah.
It looks like it all dripped down the inside of his left leg.
Oh, so like he was
he
holding
peed his pants,
on
bro.
one side.
Yeah.
Either pee or it's beer.
Because what does the caption say?
When that summer banger comes on and the molly starts to kick in.
See, I don't think he even knows he peed his pants.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Like, he's so hot because, if you do ecstasy stuff like that,
he
your
has
blood
no
temperature
idea.
goes up and you start sweating.
Yeah,
and
he has no idea.
Look at this guy. Looks like he's possessed from the devil drunk. Tell me your thoughts on that video, Knocker.
That's one scary motherfucker, dude.
Right?
I don't want to be near him.
Right?
No.
What about the chick to his right? I fear for her life because I think that he's trying to get on that.
Maybe, but she looks like she's digging it.
And then look at the buddy to the left, Knocker. He's like, "Oh, dude, you need to hold back your shit." Or do you think, or is he enjoying it?
I think he's enjoying it.
All right, let's check that out.
Yeah. He's rolling with it.
Oh my God. How hammered do you have to be? I mean,
that's pretty hammered. He's pretty fucked up.
If you pee your pants and you don't know, you're pretty hammered.
Yeah, pretty much.
According to our ex-producer, Johnny Icebox, he's done it 20-something times. Did you hear we called the Heidi and Frank about a month ago, 3 weeks ago? They're talking about people peeing in their pants.
I remember that segment. I didn't listen to it all, but I'm like, Johnny's right there.
Right, yes. I called in during that segment.
Did you?
And Sammy picked up the phone. It's like, Sammy, it's Josh. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, Johnny's not getting out of this segment without talking about this. I was like, I need to get on. I was like, remember that? I got to talk about the time Johnny peed his pants like over 30 times at Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, when he came on the show and talked about this. And so I got on the show and Frank's like, hey, what's up, Guru? And I'm like, what's up, man? I was like, I'm sorry, real quick, dude. I can't let Johnny go with this.
No way. He's
gotta
not
talk
getting
about
out
the
of
time
this.
He peed his pants 30-something times in
Mardi Gras.
in Mardi Gras. And he's like, oh! And so they put Johnny on.
Did they really?
Yeah,
he had to come clean.
Yeah, and I text Johnny afterwards. Like, dude, sorry, bro. I know. He's like, dude, it was all right. It was funny. Yeah, it was good stuff.
He said that just after the first one, it just didn't matter anymore.
Yeah, he said he was so drunk that the first pee was like, oh, yeah. Like, it affected him. Like, oh, dude, I pissed my pants.
Sure, right.
But then he's like, there's no bathrooms. Everybody's, like, stinky. It's wet. Like, he's just, like, owned it. Like, he said 30 more times he peed his pants.
His shoes were squishing. Just bad. But what are you going to do, man?
God, dude.
Well, he said, well, if you go around the corner and pee, you're going to get arrested for exposure.
Yeah.
So you're just better off just
See, I think next festival, because I went to Arroyo Seco.
Yeah.
Right.
Next festival
you said
I
you were gonna
go
wear
to.
a diaper, right?
Well, yeah, but I didn't this year, and it was actually better this year than it was last year. The bathroom lines weren't like there was no long line. But I think next like big festival I go to, I'm gonna wear an adult diaper and just pee in my diaper.
Do you think the people in the front, Amber, do you think people in the front will wear the diapers?
I would think so.
Like, there's no way. Like, especially those New Year's people.
And it sucks too because
New
if
York and drop into the
if
ball,
you're
like you're not getting out of that spot.
Yeah, I know. If you're in a crowd of people and you really have to pee, you don't want to like, excuse me,
Right.
excuse me,
Pardon me,
excuse
I'm
me.
giving
in the
up my
dark,
front row
right? I'm giving
seat.
up my front row seat because I got to go pee, dude. I'm just gonna wear a
I
diaper
bet
and
that's
just
how
pee.
it depends in adult diapers survive is off the fucking concert.
Sure. I would
There
imagine
were
so.
concerts
Absolutely.
Or New Year's events, people won't be
Right.
holding their piss. I'm telling you right now, Knocker.
We should do a show in adult diapers, the three of
Well,
us.
see, what I'm going to give you, what I'm going to do for your next show, we're going to experiment with this. Okay?
All right.
Our company, you can order a thing called Brief Relief because obviously we drive around in vans and trucks, right?
Okay.
And we don't have bathrooms in the vans.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's the same shit that the diapers are made of. That gel that when when liquid turns on it, it turns into that jelly shit and it doesn't leak, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a little bag. It's about that tall, about that big, and you just open it and you pee in it and you Ziploc it.
Is that the truth?
It's
You
zip-
guys have those?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Why? So if you're on the road and you have to pee, you just pull off and use that?
Yes.
That's like why.
I gotta get Gus on that.
Yes,
gotta
it's
get
called-
Gus for our
it's called-
drivers. There's a lot of times I used to be in the
Right.
Hookshot Juice van, and dude, I had to pee.
You go into the back of the van, you get on your knees, you whip it out, you pee in this little bag, you
Dude,
Ziploc it
that's
shut.
not a bad
and
idea.
there's no muss, no fuss.
They provide those for you?
Yeah, you can order
free
them.
of charge?
Yeah, I'll order you some.
They already have the bumper dumper. The bumper dumper. You ever heard of the bumper dumper?
Ooh, that is-
No.
Yeah, you keep it in your car in case you have to take a shit. It's like a
Is it a
prop up
diaper?
toilet. Yeah, you hook it up to your car.
It's
you
like
hook it
a
up
bag
to
that you shit in?
Yeah, it's like an actual toilet, and you like, I don't know. I'm gonna send you a link to it.
Where does it go?
It's
That's what I want to know.
you have to clean it out yourself, I think.
Oh, fuck that. No, I'm dumping in a big.
I'm gonna send you a link.
I'm dumping in a trash bag, zipping it shut. Okay, or I'm getting one of those river toilets like Johnny had at the river that one time.
yeah.
It's a little stand-up toilet, right? It sits
Yeah.
about 3 feet high, and it's got a garbage bag attached to it. And you dump in the garbage bag. But this Brief Release, if you wore a shirt long enough to cover your Johnson, right, you could stick it right up under
Renee,
there
I
and
think
pee
that's
in
a
it,
go-to for
and you
you.
just Ziploc it.
I
And,
think
and
if Knocker gets you
Yeah.
some of those, that you should
I'll bring you some
utilize it.
next
yeah,
show.
bring me some,
Yeah,
dude.
see if
Yeah.
they're can you bring them on the show so we can actually show them?
Yeah, bring some.
We'll demonstrate
on the show. We'll
Renee will
demonstrate.
demonstrate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Wear a long
sweet.
shirt next week, and we'll demonstrate
That'd
on the
be
show.
fun. That'd be cool.
I'll pee right here
Yeah,
under the
that'd
table.
be
Yes.
great.
No,
dude.
not on the table. In the
No,
brief
under
relief.
the table, I said.
Right.
In the brief relief.
Well, you're not on camera, so no one's going to
Table.
see
Yeah,
you
no one's gonna
anyway.
see
Yeah, no, but we'll hear the
Right?
sound. We'll put the mic down.
Or you
can
could turn the camera. I
Yeah,
don't
we
care,
no,
whatever.
no, because we don't want to get
Yeah,
flagged. I don't-
it's like the size. It's like the
YouTube will
size
definitely flag
of a
us for that
tobacco
shit.
pouch. It's
Okay,
about
yeah,
that
I
wide and
get
about
it.
that tall.
I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. We use them all the
Bro.
time.
Hey, I've peed in Gatorade bottles before on the road.
Yeah,
like-
but see, you got to
See,
carry
I
that.
can't do that.
You got to
If there's
carry that
something
bottle. This
wrong
brief relief. You
Can
could just
you
put
do
in a
that,
bag
Father?
or
Because
something
that's
and just walk
genetic.
it out with
Is that
you.
genetic?
What?
I can't do that.
You can't pee in a Gatorade
I
bottle.
can't, if I'm on
like
the
driving
road,
in your.
I can't pee. If someone's driving, I can't pee
Oh
next
God,
to them.
yes. Coke bottle.
I've done that
Gatorade
before.
bottle.
You can?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, so it's not okay. I
Yeah.
didn't get from you.
You
then.
gotta go. You gotta go.
Are you
dude.
kidding me?
No, bro. Like all, yeah.
On a long
big
road
gulp?
trip, I've done it before.
Freaking big gulp.
And there's and
My
y-
bu-
and
you know,
your
Joe-
buddy's just
I've
driving.
done it on tour.
You just whip out.
When
your
I'm
You
driving.
just whip out your dick and
Yeah.
start peeing in a cup.
Fuck yeah.
Shut
In a
up.
bottle.
No,
yeah.
see, you have to understand.
Shut up.
I wasn't raised like you faggots, right? When I was in junior
And
high,
there's our hate speech by
when
YouTube.
I was in junior high, I don't mean it in that sexual term, but I'm
It's okay,
sorry.
you don't
I
worry
wasn't
about it.
brought up like you guys. We had to take showers after PE class. We had to take showers after football games. Communal showers.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Okay? You got 33 guys taking a shower at the
FTS,
same
dude.
time.
The human penis
Right?
is a beautiful
Oh God,
thing.
don't you play that?
Right?
Damn you.
So I'm not ashamed to, whip it out and pee. Not a big deal to me.
It's not the shame. It's just, I don't know.
You guys are different. How could you go back after PE to class stinking? How can you just put your clothes on after a football game? I don't understand this shit at all.
So just be stinky.
Yeah,
don't.
we changed our
class.
shirts. We had a PE shirt at St.
Right.
Dorothy's.
So you would take your old
for
shirt,
8
you'd
years.
wipe your armpits with your sweat, right? You take your old shirt.
Yeah.
No, we had to
put your shirt,
shower.
You go to the sink and you wash
And do you know how
yourself
embarrassing
like a
that
homeless
is?
Bum.
You know how embarrassing that is when you're just starting puberty and the 8th graders are full on 6'1", 200 pounds.
So it's bullshit then. You think it's bullshit. That shouldn't happen.
What isn't? Shouldn't happen.
Like I don't think there should be.
It makes you a
shower
man,
next
toughens
to
you
it.
up. You got sorry,
I think it creates
coddled.
for
Your
bad-
whole
I think it
generation.
creates for
Your
bad
whole
people.
generation
Yeah, I
is
think
coddled.
It creates for people like that.
Your whole generation's coddled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
You know who needs to be coddled is this man in Drunk of the Week, Doctor. Let's read the title at the top here. Again, all these videos on our Instagram, Sportscast. Again, we're streaming live right now on our YouTube channel. Just search my name at Josh Pacheco. It's JoshPacheco. Subscribe to our channel now. So we're going to be broadcasting. It's been fantastic. We've already had a great feedback from everyone. They love it. It's much better.
Oh, no. I don't want to see this.
Yeah, do you want to see it? I think you do. Renee, have you seen this clip?
I think so.
When you slip and fall on your own puke.
Now, that's Drunk of the Week status right here. Let's roll the fun.
Getting out of the elevator.
I hope that was
full
in
on,
Vegas.
fuel on puking on the
Yeah,
on
he's
the
walking out of the elevator
on the solid
puking
floor.
liquid out on the solid like marble floor.
Yeah.
Takes four
And just
steps to the right,
slips on it,
slips on it,
knocks
and falls
himself
black.
out.
Oh, bro, Drunk of the Week. That's pretty bad.
That's nasty. You know what I'm really digging? That you're putting out all those idiot chicks trying to jump off boats and
Oh, yeah, what about this
and
idiot chick?
barefoot ski off the side of the boat
Oh yeah,
and
we
shit.
got more of those coming up. What about this girl here?
Keg stands equals CTE.
Now, she's a cute girl. Hey, why not have a keg stand, knocker? Your ladies
Sure.
are there. Sigma Chi, Sigma Phi, I got my sisters.
80 pie, 80
Hold me,
pie.
wait, let me take a selfie. Now watch. The mistake she makes is she lifts. Anyone's done a keg stand knows you put 2 hands on the trash can that the keg's in. Your buddies lift you up by your feet, and you one person puts the tap in your mouth.
Right.
Okay, so this girl's doing that. She lifts up one hand though to make sure. Oh, is the picture right? And then it just goes to crap. Here we go.
She picks up the left hand off the trash can. She's doing fine.
She's doing.
She picks up the left hand, but as she tries to go back to grab the trash can, she misses.
But she gave a thumbs up. She got cocky.
She broke a glass table.
Yeah, you could see.
She went
with her
mafia,
head.
Bill's mafia style. That sound you heard was a glass coffee table snapping, mafia style.
Oh,
she
you
just
gotta go
went
to our Instagram.
down.
You got to. Again, we'll be able to show these videos coming up in the next couple of weeks here once we get all of our system back and up working correctly. Lastly here,
But just go to the
Knocker.
website, man. It's
Yeah,
all there.
our Instagram.
For God's sakes, just go to the website.
Lastly here, now Knocker, most times when you mess around, code is you don't mess with the bouncer at a club.
Never.
Because they're gonna kick you.
Not a good idea.
You don't try to provoke them.
No.
You don't try and
You
get
grease
in their
them.
face. If
You give them money.
If anything, you say, "Hey, buddy, we cool. I understand. I'm just gonna walk away. Just let me get out of the club. Don't call the police. Play cool after something shit."
Right.
This dude decides to just get in the bouncer's face, but the bouncer says, "You know what? I'm not gonna fucking punch you out. I'm
No,
gonna
I could get in
slap
trouble
you."
for that, so I'm just going to bitch slap you.
This slap, you could hear the pain.
slap heard round the world right
Let's
here.
play the tape. Here we go.
Come over here.
Oh my God!
He's all drunk,
Oh,
and the drunk guy takes a step up to the bouncer. He's kind of belligerent. He's slurring. Walks up to the bouncer, sticks his hands out like he wants
Yeah.
to shake hands.
Right, okay, you think he's cool? Yeah,
and
he's
the
cool with that.
but the bouncer's having none of it.
No, he's not having nothing.
I'm not shaking your
But I
hand,
think
dude.
the mistake the drunk guy made is he touched his belly.
Oh, then
went
he
for the belly.
takes his hand and backhands him 3 times in
Like,
the belly.
Yeah, okay, but bouncer.
Okay, bro, we're cool.
And the slap you hear at the end is the bouncer slapping this kid's face.
Come over here.
Over here.
Come over here.
Go ahead. Wait, was he saying that to the bouncer? Was he saying?
I
come
don't know
over
who
here?
he's saying it
yeah,
to.
he's saying to the bouncer, like, "Come over here." Like, yeah, he's fucking drunk, man.
Now you know what this guy would be a good contestant in that Russian slapping contest. right? You had that on a couple weeks ago. They had that slap contest.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, he would be good in that.
Right?
Because he did take it like a champ.
Full on. But the guy didn't go down. The drunk guy didn't go down.
That's what I'm
champion
saying.
style.
Like champion style, the guy stood up and took a slap from a 275-pound bouncer to the face. And he took it. I kind of actually think the guy...
Right? That's pretty studly. Just stay up.
Yeah, you know what? He's the winner. He took it. He took it, Knocker. All right, man. Next up here, let's get to the funny stuff here as well. When you see these headlines, Knocker, I think to myself, what the fuck?
We were sent out here to do a story. To do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've dug out a little bit. There's water has accumulated. Traffic's backed up. In a city the size of Houston, there's always traffic. So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here?
What the hell? Like, seriously, what the fuck are we doing out here right now when I see these headlines? First up here on What the Fuck News.
Oh, my goodness.
Brazil soccer fan gets his team's jersey tattooed on his whole torso. Now, Knocker, there's so many things I have to say about this. Renee, you have the picture.
Can we thin the herd? Like, really?
No, Knocker, look at this fella here. Okay, what's his name here? Mauricio del Toro?
Mauricio dos Años.
Dos Años. He's a Brazilian descent. His favorite team is Flamengo. No?
Picture this.
Yeah. What's your favorite team? Flamingo.
So when he's happy, does he stand on one leg? Like a flamingo?
That's their celebration.
That's their celebration.
All the players stand on one leg. Knocker, this guy, Renee, did you throw it up? Yeah. Throw it up one more time. This guy, Knocker, decided to get his whole team's jersey tattooed on his whole torso. This guy has red and black stripes all the way from the top of his belt line, Knocker.
Took 32 sessions.
Yeah.
Over 90 hours to complete. It's basically a black and red stripe over his chest and his stomach.
About him having to sell shit because he didn't have enough money. Is that what it says here?
He sold his motorcycle and saved his money for this.
Jesus. Imagine if I did that with a Dodger uniform. It's all Dodgers across my chest with like a red number right here on the...
Knock, this guy, like, what the fuck?
Wow. I don't know, but he's got a nice looking blonde digging it. I mean... Who knows?
I think that was just to get her Instagram followers up.
Probably, right?
This dude. Knock. What the fuck? If you tattoo your whole entire body.
That's rough. That's going to take a lot of Quaaludes to deal with that pain.
I got to give him credit for the amount of pain tolerance that he has.
Exactly. As you just said. It's just going to take a lot of Vicodin, a lot of whatever to get through that.
All right. So what the fuck with that, right? What the fuck with that? Well, how about what the fuck with this, Knocker? Now, I like to call this video a what, Knocker?
I don't know if I'm impressed or disgusted.
No, that's not what it's
she
named.
Is the queen.
That was a comment.
She's the queen of Slytherin.
Slytherin. Have you seen Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what Slytherin is? Okay, well, their mascot, the whole thing is like a snake, Slytherin. Like they're nasty. So she's the queen of the snakes.
Gotcha.
She's the queen of probably giving the best blowjob you're ever gonna get.
I'm not understanding.
It's a world star snake. She can tell you why. This is a world star snake.
520. That's all I want. 551. Wow.
That's my push too.
Ooh.
That's my push.
What just happened, Renee? What just happened? Well, this lady just put a python in her mouth.
That's not no python.
She did it all for the gram. Did it all for the gram.
Did it
all for the gram.
Shit all for the Instagram. Oh my
God.
Yeah. What is wrong with this lady? Put a python through her mouth.
It's not a python.
Okay, what is
B,
it?
It's just a snake.
Snake expert.
Obviously, it's not a poisonous
Boa
snake,
constrictor.
right? Obviously, it's not poisonous, right?
Okay.
B, I'm thoroughly disappointed.
You're disappointed?
Absolutely. All she did was put it in her mouth.
No, she put it.
No, that snake did not slither down her throat.
She took a live snake and put it about, what'd you say?
Yeah, but she just crunched it in like a donut. She just shoved it in her. She shoved it in her mouth like a donut, and it just curled up.
It's a live snake.
Understood. I want to see
big one.
I want to see that snake disappear down her throat, down into her belly, and then pull that thing back out.
He puts that down.
It's a world star snake.
Look at this.
She can tell you why. This is a world star snake.
520. That's all I want. 551.
Wow. That's my push too.
Ooh.
That's my push.
Really though, right? She just shoved it in.
Disgusted but turned on at the same time.
You know, what's his name? Booga Booga, the hot dog eater.
What the hell?
Kobayashi. Right?
Yeah.
He does the same fucking thing.
Not with live snakes.
But it's the same thing. She just shoved it in her mouth.
It's a live snake.
I want to see that thing.
Snake.
I want to see that thing slither down her throat and then have her yank it back out.
Snakes get no sympathy from me. Neither do spiders. Neither do bees.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
Neither do roaches.
This
I will
next
kill them
video,
all.
It really questions everything in humanity for me. I like to call this video "What Knocker."
You like to call it what knocker?
Our chicken is fresh, never ever frozen.
And let's find out why.
Oh, this one.
Knocker.
Okay, you got two Orientals sitting on a bench, a man and a woman.
A woman just
The woman reaches down, like, you know, you're sitting at the park bench and you're throwing popcorn to the birds and whatever. No, she reaches down and grabs a bird and puts it in a sack where she has
in a bag
more birds.
Yeah, it ties it up.
What the hell's going on here?
It ties it up, it sits on the bench like nothing happened and crossed her legs. I have so many questions about this video. That was totally racist, but we'll do it. Knocker, you can see it fluttering around the bat. I have so many questions, man.
Pigeon suey?
No, Knocker, you work in the...
I don't understand.
You work... you work in the places that you might see this. Because you work in some neighborhoods that are questionable.
Yes.
Have you ever seen anything like
No.
this?
I have never seen anybody in a park bench pick up a bird and put it in a bag.
Knocker, she
never.
Just picked up a live
It's
bird.
like it's normal. What is she doing with them? I need to know.
She's like, life is like
But I got to
bag of
question the guy next to her.
birds.
Do you think the guy next to her, they're together?
Absolutely. That's her
You think
dad.
this is like a game plan?
It's her dad, yeah.
Oh, you think that's her dad?
Yeah, look.
Oh, he is. And he's looking down at her like,
That's her dad.
"You got a good one.
That's it,
Well
mija.
done.
That's it, mija. We ate good tonight.
Well done. Do you think they eat those?
Dude, I have no idea what they're doing, bro. This is beyond
Is
comprehension.
that in like Kung Pao?
This is beyond comprehension.
When I get orange chicken, is that what it is? They
Kung
just
Pao.
fry these little things
It's
up?
orange pigeon.
It's Kung Pao Sparrow.
You guys need to check this video out. It went viral. This again, these two Asian people,
I don't get this
a
at all.
lady
I'm
and a
sorry. I
man,
just don't. I don't
they're on a
understand
bench,
what's
like
going on
Knocker
here.
said, and they're feeding these pigeons or these small birds on a park bench, and the lady picks up a live bird, puts it in a plastic bag next to her that has other live birds in it,
Yes.
ties it up, and acts like nothing.
Yeah,
is,
like your grocery plastic bag. It acts
I'm
like it's
thoroughly
normal.
disturbed by this video.
I am too. I have no idea what's going on. Santeria? What's going on?
You say something to this woman if you see her, right?
Yeah.
And I think the man's just as guilty. He's sitting there like nonchalant, like nothing's happening.
Right?
What the fuck is wrong with you
I have
people?
taught you well.
Yeah,
I have taught
seriously.
you well, Grasshopper.
My God. Mr. Miyagi was killing flies. This girl's picking up live birds. My God.
Man who catch bird with plastic bag accomplish anything.
Anything.
Christ. All right, let's get
Now
out of
cook
here
my dinner.
with our very last segment of the day, and you got it.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got knocked the fuck out!
Come here!
Don't play that. Don't play that.
Oh, don't play that?
Don't play that. Don't play that. Don't
Oh,
play
isn't
that.
this-
We didn't play that. You did not hear that.
You didn't play that because we're going to get flagged.
That was a mistake.
yeah.
That was a mistake. That was a
Sorry.
mistake. Mistake.
Our
I was
show's
just
gonna
going
have
with
to
my
change.
show.
I know. Our show's going to
I think we need to erase that when you upload it.
Erase.
No, but that's a little
Erasey,
bit-
racy,
It
race.
shouldn't be on it for
My
that.
boy Cray Schumacher.
All right, let's get to our last.
I miss him. I'd like to
contestants
talk to
here.
him again. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Now,
The
Knocker,
love master
you
love.
you said, man, I love those videos of chicks that try and do stuff
Right?
with themselves. Well, how about this one here? We'd like to call it, there's always that one chick who tries to show off her cheerleading skills, and it never works
Picture a
out.
boat on the river. Picture a boat. Oh. No. There's.
A boat in the river.
It looks like there's
That's
8
cute.
people
Yeah.
on a ski boat. And you got the one chick standing on the side rail holding
Nice
on to the
bikini,
top.
nice
Nice ass,
bikini.
nice
Yeah,
bikini. She
yeah.
looks really good.
Looks good,
But
looking
she
good.
decides she's going to do the cheerleader backflip into
Off
the water.
boat, off like the side
Right?
of the boat, right? Let's see how it's up for her.
Roll your head on your...
Oh! Can we get that in slow-mo? Yes, we can. Here we go. Knock, here we go. Look at this. Slow-mo, knock. Oh!
No, that hurt.
God. God.
Instead of jumping out, she jumps straight up and spreads her legs, cheerleader style. The problem is she needed to jump out 2 feet. So when she comes down, she just lands on the side rail, full back on the side rail.
Oh, God, I think her head hits. God, knock her. All we have to say to that girl is...
Right? Shut up!
Yeah.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got knocked the fuck out!
Backflip, bitch!
Man.
She just did the funnel. She just funneled 2 beers, right?
Now, knocker, I like to call this one when you're holding on for dear life. I don't ever get these skiers, Renee. Like, I don't get the hey, let's barefoot ski.
No, Mexicans don't do that.
Yeah, like right. That's a white people thing.
Yeah, that's a
right?
white people thing. Totally, dude.
You never see a black dude, an Asian dude, or a Mexican dude,
Never,
or a
dude.
Middle Eastern dude ever
If
doing
they had
the
that,
barefoot ski.
if they had that in the Olympics, Mexico would not have a team.
Yes, that would not. They would not have someone in the Olympics strutting the flag.
Right?
for that.
Nigeria's going, fuck that shit.
That's, it's like, leave that to the Canadians, right? Like, fucking knocker. This drill stretch. I think.
Now picture this: a ski boat, and you have a bar sticking out the side of the boat, about 10 feet long.
And this is for people that barefoot ski.
It's on a glass lake. So what they're attempting to do is to barefoot ski.
Yeah.
So they're holding on to this bar as the boat picks up speed, and you can hydroplane on your butt, and then you try and put your feet down into the water and stand up.
Have you seen someone do this in real life?
Yes. I have.
How is this enjoy? I don't understand how it's enjoyable.
It's the thrill. It's just the thrill of speed. There's no ski. It's you on the water. It's the thrill.
Like your Jesus floating on top
pretty
of the
much.
water.
Yeah, but she doesn't quite make it.
Yeah, let's roll the tape. Got her butt down. Oh! Wow!
Now
she literally
picture
disappears.
Now picture there's a technique to this. You're holding onto the bar.
Yeah.
And you're being pulled. Your legs are behind you. So you swing your legs out to the left side.
Yeah.
And rotate them up above the water. And bring your knees to your stomach. Right. You bring your knees to your stomach and you pivot. Man. So now your feet are in front of you and your butt's in the water. And you lightly touch down with your heels and try and stand up.
Yeah.
Well, she digs her heels in. So imagine digging your heels in. Imagine digging your heels in at 40 miles an hour, and you come to a dead stop.
I just don't understand it.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got knocked the fuck out!
Barefoot bitch.
All right, knocker. I like to call
mad,
this,
mad.
This next one up here, Monday morning, hitting me like.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Again.
Zip lining.
Yeah.
Dude, someone stepped like a zip line in the backyard.
I forgot to let go.
And this chick in a bikini thinks she's having a Sunday after a few mimosas, and it's just, I mean, she's living the dream right now. She thinks she's Leonardo DiCaprio, swinging away.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
She just slams into a bank of
Her
trees.
friend's scream describes it all.
I just love it.
Like, my God, man, that's gotta hurt you. She just went fly. I mean, she got flown off that sucker.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got knocked the fuck out!
Zip lining, bitch. Okay, hold on. I gotta clap here. For a second.
What are you clapping for?
I'm clapping because on the ESPYs they are awarding the Jim Valvano Award to Jim Kelly.
Oh, nice. Jim Kelly,
who has been
cancer.
diagnosed 3 times with cancer, fighting the good fight. What a great player, and what a solid story, man. If you need some inspiration, read his story.
I agree.
So I'm sorry I had to interrupt that, but I have to acknowledge that.
All right, lastly here, knocker, I like to call this, I don't know how I followed that up, but redneck castration.
Redneck castration!
Here we go.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh.
Okay.
Oh dude. This might be the worst.
This is some good stuff.
Because we used to do this back at our old house.
Picture in your mind, you get on the rope,
Yeah,
and you're gonna swing it off a tree into the lake. Plenty of room, plenty of deep water. The problem is you're at 8 feet on the rope holding with your hands.
Yeah, up.
At 2 feet at the rope,
Is a knot.
there's a knot
Oh,
the
your
size
feet
of
are
a
supposed- and
volleyball.
your feet are
supposed to
yeah.
be on that.
Yeah.
Well, this yokel
Yeah.
slides down the rope,
And on his way down,
and his balls meet the ball.
He yanks his balls.
Is he now part of the Ball family?
Yes, he is.
This is called
the bruised ball family.
redneck castration.
Oh, that's no ball. You know, there's Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Ball. That's no ball. That's their stepson, no ball.
That's big bruised busted ball right there, dude.
Oh man.
You gotta love white
terrible.
people, man. Again, you don't see no colored people,
Yeah, I gotta
brown
give you
people,
credit,
yellow
man,
people
'cause
doing
you're
that
right.
shit, right?
White people are stupid.
They are, man. They do some stupid ass shit.
Like, remember
fireworks in the mouth,
Yeah,
fireworks in the ass.
You know
I mean,
what? Yeah, like
seriously, man.
anybody that has this kid right here.
Again, the black guys are like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my
boy
God!
just
See,
lost-
right. That's a white person, right?
He
That-
just lost half a
Right?
tooth and he's whistling out of the tooth.
Yeah, that's a white person. Want to see the other white person that we had last week? This guy.
I'm recording right now. Right now.
Skyrocket in the butt cheeks.
Get it.
That's what I'm talking
That's a
about.
big
Hold on.
Go,
skyrocket.
Chad.
Let's go, Chad.
Hold on, Chad. Oh, my God. Oh, shit.
White people. Oh, no,
You ain't ever gonna see a brother doing something like that. Man.
Ever.
Ever gonna see a brother
That is
doing that?
only in Kentucky and back in the fucking.
There's just not a chance, man.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. Renee, thanks for coming in once again, as
Yeah,
always. All the YouTubers, we appreciate it again. We're working all the kinks out, so hope you enjoyed the new thing. Everyone seems to be enjoying it, so we'll be back
man.
next Tuesday with the special Sportscast again. Exclusive with Dan Martinez. We'll be talking some serious stuff on that show. It will not be sports related.
If you
There
know
might be
anybody
some
in
a
that
little bit, but
situation needs some help or just needs to hear something or somebody's been
if you
through
got
something
someone
like
that's
that.
dealing with suicide or anything,
I was
to
just
deal
thinking
with
about that. You know
so-
what, Josh? I was thinking about that, man. I know 3 people.
3.
Oddly enough, you would think you'd know nobody.
Yeah.
I know 3 people involved
man,
in
you know,
that, man.
that's what
So
I'm saying.
you know,
I think we all know.
not
So
to be
we'll
a
talk-
downer or
no.
nothing, but this is real life.
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
need
talk
to bring
about
you
it next
something,
week,
man.
So if you guys questions, we'll get the phone lines will be open to talk to them. So, all right, Renee, thanks once again. And
Yeah, man.
YouTube, we're not complaining music on the way because we don't want to get flagged. So we'll see you guys next week.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
What if they flag
Take a
knocker
good
for
Lord look at the
singing?
motherfucking boat.
All right, cut the.
I'm on a
We'll
boat.
have to get some. Yeah, we'll figure some music out.
Yeah,
You know
we'll
what? Bring
figure
your
it out.
bass in. You can take us out with your fucking bass, man.
Just a bass solo.
Why not?
I have to carry all my equipment here, and it's so.
You
heavy.
fucking pussy. Then record it, and we'll just
Yeah.
play it.
I could play one of my songs.
See?
Yeah. I just released an EP, by the way.
See?
Yeah, it's called Inside the Line. You can find it on Spotify now and Amazon Music.
We are
and
making
iTunes.
progress here.
And so I recorded some music like 6 years ago, and it took me this long to finally release it.
That's
So.
it.
Cool. Bring it in, and
So-
that's what we'll play.
All right, we'll play.
Spotify.
Let's play it. Maybe not next week if we're gonna have the guest. Maybe the week after.
Are
Sure.
you gonna flag us for copyright?
No, not at all.
All right, let's cut this shit. Let's get the hell out of here. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.